folks. Here we are. Forgive me for being a little bit late here, but I think we're still on some pretty good timing. I hope that y'all will say hello and chat as you pop in and let me know how you're doing. We are live here at Seattle Repertory Theater, or Seattle Rep for short. We're here at YouthFest, which is the second annual celebration and festival that we're having with various resources for youth here at the theater. I am just starting to get ready here. Forgive me, I had to walk over here today, but getting our equipment ready and everything. I hope that y'all can hear and see me all right. Now that's a lot better. Now I won't have to hold that the whole time. Thank y'all for being here. Thank you for hanging out with me. We're at Seattle Rep here on a Saturday. Welcome in, everybody. I hope that you will say hello in chat. We do have it on a subscriber only chat, but there's only a limit of 1 minute before you can chat. So please, I would hope that you will subscribe. I hope that you'll also give the video a thumbs up and let us know how you're doing out there. This is going to be a really fun event, I believe. Youth Fest. We're here, and I'm just kind of showing off a little bit of the signage and the scenage here. This is Lydia and the Troll, the play that is ending our season right now. Let's see if we can just check out live chat, make sure that I'm seeing all the comments coming in. All right, I see that we have our Seattle Rep chatting with us there. I do want to go ahead and read this, and why not just read it right off the screen. Seattle Rep promotes equity, diversity, and inclusion in all aspects of the work we do, and we uphold a safe environment where all people are welcome to our in-person and virtual spaces and are treated with respect and dignity. It is our expectation that all patrons and those affiliated with Seattle Rep will align with this code of conduct, and we reserve the right to remove any person who disregards that commitment. Of course, we don't want to have to remove anyone. We want everyone to be welcome here, and we just put that out there because we want people to be included. This is how I learned what I learned. We'll just kind of go through the season a little bit. Hey, Styx, Dragon, Sharon, welcome in. Thank you for saying hello. Thank you for that dragon love to chat. This other was Between Two Knees and Metamorphoses. By the way, y'all, it's showing that my text is being reversed over on this side. Is that what y'all are seeing as well? In which case I might have to do some kind of magic to get it reversed again. But welcome in, everybody. I don't know if it's showing me an accurate view of everyone who's here right now, but I hope that you will chat with us and say hello. We are going to go ahead and head inside because I believe they are just getting ready and finished with a few of some performances that were happening earlier in the day, the matinee portion of the day. And we're going to go ahead and navigate our way on inside and see what's going on in here. Nightingale, you're so awesome. Styx, thank you for saying that. I appreciate you. Let's see what's going on in here. Let me actually flip the camera, then you're not just having to stare at me. You can actually see what's going on here in the lobby. If y'all have any questions, let us know. We're here in the Bagley Wright lobby. We're about to get ready. Some of the students and youth and folks here are filing out. And there's all kinds of activities in the building. Maybe we can also get some folks maybe to talk with us at some point, maybe reflect on some of the performances that they just saw. But we'll see about that. If y'all would kind of keep chatting, maybe say hello. If you would also drop in and subscribe to the channel so that you're able to chat. There's only a 1 minute wait limit there to chat. Hey, Sticks, thank you for trying to get more folks to join us. I appreciate that. Hey, Aaron Alonso is chatting with us. The matinee shows were wonderful. There are still some amazing, let's read this, performances tonight and tomorrow. So hopefully you can all catch these young folks and their work. Yes. So unfortunately, we're not able to stream the actual performances because there's, artwork there that we want to be respectful. So sorry for any disruptions in the stream, but I appreciate y'all all being here with me. Let's see. Let's actually go to the check-in table and see if we can check in and some info about what's going on today. Maybe we can go and talk to them. Maybe that will be helpful too. Hey, we got some cross chat in chat as well. Thanks for saying hi, everybody. Hey there, check-in folks. It's going great. Do you mind if I put you on camera because we've just started the live stream here and just kind of checking in with our viewers out here and want to tell them a little bit about Youth Fest and about the event going on. Is that all right if I talk to y'all for a little while?
That is okay with me. Yes, we have a couple of volunteers from Google today.
Okay. Oh, wonderful. If I could just I'm going to just point the camera here so that folks can see you. I'm kind of my own one-person tech team here today.
Yes, we love Vida. Social media coordinator, is that your title? I don't want to make sure.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Let's. Here, I'll do this so I can talk to y'all a little bit. So, yeah, I am the social media contractor for Seattle Rep right now, and I also work as the production purchaser at other times. So, though not right now in the season, but actually, let me get a little closer here.
And we love Vida at Seattle Rep.
Thank you for saying that. And let me direct here just so we can see everybody in frame. So, and yeah, I can try to do my microphone here. I learned this trick from GZ Radio, who actually think it's going to be the next day. Is that right?
Oh, love it. Yes, so exciting. Well, hello everybody. My name is Tatiana. I am a teaching artist here at Seattle Rep, and I am running the check-in table with a lovely volunteer from Google.
Hi. Yeah, would you like to introduce yourself? Yeah, thanks for
Hi,
getting closer to the
everybody.
microphone.
My name is Sukanya and I am volunteering here. I work at Google and it's fun. It's so happy to volunteer for Fest.
Excuse me.
Wonderful. So are y'all handing out different informations, checking people in, name tags, things like that?
And we're handing them bracelets and just guiding them to where they want to go.
That's wonderful. Have you gotten to see any of the performances today from the matinee?
No, I haven't.
Oh, shucks. Well, are you able to maybe catch some of the other evening ones or tomorrow?
Maybe I will check it out tomorrow. Yeah.
Wonderful. Thank you for speaking with us. Do you know if I believe there's PromaDrama going on tonight too? Is that right? Right on. Well, yeah, it's a pretty interesting event. We're going to go check in with people. Is there anything you might think people would like to know about what's going on?
I don't know. I'm sorry.
No problem. Thank you again. I appreciate it. Well, thanks, y'all. we're still getting very experimental here. This is my second live stream here hosting for the rep, and I am kind of my own camera person. I'm also using my own little microphone here because I did an event where there was a little bit of ambient sound, and though my microphone on my phone is okay, we're doing it live. Please keep chatting with us. Let us know if you have any questions. Oh, let's see. Aaron Alonso says Vita is an integral part of Seattle Rep staff. Ooh, oh my goodness, y'all are so complimentary. Six Dragon Sharon says an artist running the intro bit is totally normal. That used to be my job. Did it really? Tell us more, because part of the reason why I wanted to do this live stream is because I wanted to just bring the theater out to everyone. One of the reps' mission statements, their vision and values, is as theater at the heart of public life. And, a lot of public life has gone to the internet, especially over the last years. And so I wanted to bring that theater out there to everybody and let them know what's going on. This is a theater, and it's also a social engagement space. There's people here providing resources. I believe somewhere in the building there are some resume reviews, headshots. There's a little station to take pictures, and I believe there's an event tonight called PromaDrama, which is actually some of the teens are going to be having their prom in the poncho. Last night was a teen night. So teens who had the app, I believe it's called Teen Tix, were able to get $5 tickets to see Lydia and the Troll, which is a really great price. And it makes it really nice and accessible that way. And I really do love that. So thank you all for being here. We're just getting started. We're hopefully going to maybe have some folks to talk to here in a little bit. Maybe we can gather around and visit some various stations and stuff and that kind of thing. So, hey, yeah, thank you for sharing that, Seattle Rep. We love to do land acknowledgements here, which is one of the things that I really love about Seattle Rep, actually, and I'll do this verbally as well, even though I don't have the paper right in front of me. But we want to take a moment to share our land acknowledgement. Seattle Rep acknowledges that we are on the traditional land of the Coast Salish people, including the Duwamish people, past and present. We honor with gratitude the land itself and the Duwamish tribe. This acknowledgement does not take the place of authentic relationships with Indigenous communities, but serves as a first step in honoring the land that we're on. So I hope you all enjoyed that land acknowledgement. Again, like it said there, it doesn't replace those authentic relationships, but I really appreciate that they do that, because this institution, this building, Seattle Rep, has been around for a really long time, and it's nice to acknowledge that and go forward and make some changes, and also include everyone that we can in our community in the theater. So I'm going to actually maybe flip the camera again and wander around. If there's anything you say, ooh, stop there, then I'll try to do that. And maybe we can even find some folks to talk with and chat with a little bit. What do y'all think? This is the Bagley Wright Theater. This is actually only one of the theaters here at the Seattle Rep. The other is the Leo K Theater, and don't remember exactly what the K fully stands for, but it's really nice theater, and actually the lobby is being renovated, which is a wonderful project. And there's also the Poncho Forum, which is where our Queer and Courageous event took place not too long ago, where we did a live stream. And it is really interesting. It's set up for multimedia and various places to sit and different ways to have different performances. Thanks for joining me all. We're just kind of getting started here. We're just arriving. So Hi there. We're live streaming here. I know it may be a little awkward. Is there any way y'all might want to reflect about anything y'all saw today? I completely understand. Yeah, have a wonderful day. All right, so we're just wandering around still a little bit, trying to find some new friends. I hope y'all will keep chatting with us and reflecting and let us know if there's anything you want to see. Hi, y'all. I hate to ask, and we're live streaming right now, and this is a really awesome event, Youth Fest, and I was wondering if y'all might like to share any reflections, or if you were a part of any of the performances today. I thought I kind of overheard that. Is that something y'all would be comfortable or want to do? Great, great. Thank you for talking with me. So it looks like we do have to talk to. I'm going to angle the camera here one moment. So let us know. All right. How's your days going today?
Pretty good. It was a really nice, it was a really cool show. It was a real diverse.
A lot of strong performances.
Really?
Great viewpoints.
So there were, and if y'all would,
I'm here interviewing.
and if y'all would like to be,
Yeah. Really quick. 1 second.
if you need them, then absolutely. But okay, yeah, sure.
Come back down.
But we could also talk to them, and once you return, then y'all we'll be here.
Okay.
If you'd like to, is that something you'd like to do? Because you were kind of reflecting on some of the things we were talking about.
Yeah.
Hey, thanks everybody for kind of being on this journey with us. One moment, I'm going to just readjust the camera again, and I might just join y'all. Yeah, come over, maybe over here a little bit. And so we're in the frame. So thank you so much for joining us. And I'm assuming, maybe I shouldn't do that, but are you family of
We are.
the performer?
We're Isabella's
Daughter
mom
was a
and dad,
performer,
yeah.
Wonderful.
She did the monologue on her experience getting into the wheelchair and having the surgery, and so she's been in Why We. She's a member of Why We, so she loves
Why We? And that was the group that just performed. So
Okay.
I just got here,
Oh, you
and
did?
I
Okay.
didn't know about I wasn't able to actually attend all the performances in the stage, and
Okay.
for certain reasons we can't live stream that. But
Yeah.
so we're kind of hanging out a little bit here between.
Oh,
So
cool.
can you tell us actually a little bit about Why We
Yeah.
and about the performance that you just saw and that your daughter just performed in?
Yeah. I don't know if I can totally do it justice, but
You're fine.
I'll try.
We're just having a nice casual conversation.
Yeah. I mean, Why We is it's Young Women Empowered. So it's a group. It's a support organization, or it's an organization to support girls or people that are people of color that are could be first generation. They could be people LGBTQ. I mean, any person who feels like they need a place to belong. So that's my understanding. What they do, and they have multiple different groups. They have the We Speak group, which is what my daughter's in, and then they have We Grow. They have, I can't remember all of the ones, but they have probably 10 different groups that allow kids to participate in areas that they really love and that they are interested in. So,
Find their voice.
yeah, to find their voice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a tough time for kids. Adolescence is hard.
Yeah.
It's not getting any easier, as near as I can tell.
Yeah.
They're there for 'em.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Sorry, I putting that in your face a little bit. It's just so we can get your voice. But yeah, thank you for sharing that because I think you're right. It is really difficult right now, and it's so nice that there are some programs out there to put put people's talents into and things like that.
Great.
So the program that Bella was in is the
Why We Speak.
Why We Speak.
Why We
So that's
Speak.
maybe a little bit more. Is that performance? Is that like oral? Like is that speeches or?
It's all of the. I think a lot. It's all of the above. Yeah, like they've had theater performances that they've got to come to here, and they've done that for weeks, and they've even included families. So we all got to come, and then we were able to talk about the different plays that were here at Seattle Rep. So we did that, and then they do different activities while they're there. Speaking activities, they have monologues they've been working on for a really long time. So I mean, it's all different ways to find your voice.
Yeah.
So
It's a fantastic organization.
Yeah, it's really cool. Yeah.
And they deserve support, and
Yeah.
I'd encourage anybody who has kids who are appropriate age and interest. There's no downside to the group at all.
Wonderful.
Really good.
Thank you for sharing that. I appreciate it. And you mentioned other shows at the Rep. Have you
We went to
seen
all of
any
them.
of this?
Yeah.
All of them
Yeah,
this season. Wonderful.
Yeah. We went to, I think everything except the one when we were out of town. Yeah. So we saw all of them. And she came, and so we got to bring her, and then we were able to talk about it. The first one is the one I'm trying to remember.
But
Yeah, no
I
worries.
think it's because of probably areas in the building. But maybe we're going to use. But
Yeah, no
thank you
worries.
both
Please do.
for
You're
speaking with
welcome.
us. I appreciate it.
It's really cool that you're doing that.
Yeah, I'm trying it out. a little
Yeah,
bit.
yeah.
Yeah,
It's a
thank you.
process, right?
Because there's programs in the buildings too. A little bit. Yeah,
it's a
thank you.
process, right?
Because there's programs in the buildings too. You too.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
All right, y'all. Thank you so much for hanging out, speaking with me, and if you had any questions, please let me know too. If there's anything that stands out to you, hopefully we'll also get a chance to speak with some of our performers again and other folks attending the event. It's pretty interesting. Actually, let's go check out what's going on upstairs, because I think that might be where some of the action is happening as far as some of the programs. And we even have a food truck here on location, which is pretty great. I am having a little bit of connectivity issues, so let me know if there's anything stability. Hi, how's it going? Would you like to talk to us on stream for like a second?
Hi.
Hey.
Hi, everybody. I'm Deanna.
Hi, Deanna. Would you like to introduce yourself to stream?
Sure. I'm the Associate Director of Arts Engagement, and I have been the creative director of this whole weekend. So it's been like an amazing time. It was so fun being backstage during the matinee production. Right now we're in our sort of in-between zone, and kids are hanging out, they're getting headshots, they're eating a lot of pizza. We had a donation from Pagliacci's.
Ooh, I love that place.
Yeah, which was so super generous, and they're giving all weekend. We have food truck, and yeah, it's been really good. I'm so excited for our production tonight from Tacoma Urban Performing Arts Center of Don't Bother Me, I Can't Cope. And yeah, I can't wait.
We haven't actually gotten too much into the programming because I can't hold it all in my head. Can you talk a little bit about the matinee performance and the performances that everyone just saw? There were 3 of them, right?
Yeah.
And then now is sort of this break time, and that's kind of one we thought would be a good time to come in and talk to folks if they're not, if they want to, about what they're reflecting on, about the performances that they saw, and things like that. But could you give us kind of a layout of like what is going on here? And I kind of said like teen night was last night, and then we're having activities today, Saturday, as well as tomorrow. Right.
Yeah. So last night was teen night. It was Lydia and the Troll, which is, a perfect show for a teen night. The music and everything is so amazing. But also we were able to have our prom closet. So tonight is PromaDrama. And so all week we've been collecting prom clothes from all of our staff and folks in the theater community. And so we had folks come and like shop our closet for free, come and get their prom clothes.
Oh, that's
and
fun.
so it was a good time. And then
How did that go? Because I saw that was
great.
happening.
It was great. In fact, I just saw somebody pulling out their dress that they got last night, and they're like putting some safety pins on it and customizing it so that it'll be ready for tonight. It was really cute. And then this morning we had our matinee, and in the matinee, the first production was State of the Students, which was a piece that was put together for our regional finals of the Next Narrative Monologue competition. So it's this piece by Rachel Adkins where she had surveyed kids all over the country during the pandemic about their feelings during pandemic about racism, anti-Semitism, all these, all of the issues that they were were sort of bubbling up during pandemic,
Right.
and took their words and then reassembled them into this giant piece. And so 10 actors put that together, and so it was remounted this morning, and it was directed by Broderick Ryans, and fantastic, so good. And then we also had Matcha Voices, which was two original monologues, and they're long, beautiful pieces covering really personal topics. And then finally we had Why We, and that was a variety of pieces. So there was a video poetry slam type piece, there was two original short plays, and then a string of monologues. So it was a great time. It was a good time.
That sounds amazing. Thank you for
Yeah,
sharing that.
yeah.
I kind of wish we were able to be there
I know.
with this, but we just had restrictions for good reason. But I really like that. Thank you for laying that out, because part of the reason I wanted to do this is to kind of just bring a little bit of awareness and let everyone out there know what the Seattle Rep is doing. So if you like the sound of that, the Seattle Rep is always doing programs. This event is going on all weekend. Tickets are still available for events this evening, for performances this evening, and the entire next day of activities. And there are things like free headshots, right? Resume reviews happening right now. There's snacks and food trucks and all kinds of things. So I really love that.
Yeah, and tonight's performance is Don't Bother Me, I Can't Cope. It brought theater back to Hilltop Tacoma. And so it's a production, it's a musical, it's an all-Black production, and we helped to remount that in Tacoma, and now it's coming here just tonight only. And this one is like, do not miss it. Do not miss it. It is phenomenal. It's super high energy, and I think it's going to be a highlight for this weekend. So this one, and it starts at 6, so people have time to get down here and see it.
Yeah, absolutely.
We want to give them a big audience. Yeah. Okay,
There's plenty of time. I was going to say, when can people do? But when it's a one-time thing, it's a one-time thing.
Yeah. All right, I'll see you later.
Yeah, thank you. All right, y'all, we have all kinds of things going on here. The building is abuzz with activity. People are busy with everything going on. I hope that y'all will still continue to chat with me and to let me know that what is going. Oh yeah, you are chatting there. I just didn't see it. Thank you for continuing to chat, because then it lets me know that you're able to still see and hear me and engage in that way. Hopefully y'all have been enjoying, even if you can't make it out. I really do appreciate your being here with me virtually. So hopefully some of those conversations that we're having today are going to just maybe spur a little bit of inspiration and things like that, or maybe reinvigorate some interest in the theater. And for those people who are local, then they could still have the chance to participate. And then we have some virtual options. So thank you everybody for being here. Actually, we can hear some music. I'm not sure what's going on over there, but I think what we'll do is actually go upstairs a little bit and see what's happening. I want to thank everybody too. I see that there are some more likes rolling in on the video. So thank you for liking the video. If anybody's out there who hasn't done that, I would appreciate if you do. Then that brings more folks in. Hey, you are my friend. Styx, you're my friend too. Thank you for hanging out with us. And let's go upstairs. Look at this. We've got activities and snacks. And the elevator. How are y'all doing today? Hope you're doing well. Oh, I like the way they decorated this railing. Oops. Now I'm going to keep the cam on me, at least for now. And because, not everybody wants to be filmed exactly, but I think we'll see if we can get some folks that might want to talk to us. I like the atmosphere, and I'm a theater rat. Well, even better. I'm so glad that you're here then, because I love that we kind of get to share some of this stuff. So we have a little There's a lounge, hang out over there. That might be the selfie or station or over here. Hi. Looks like we've got like a little tablet, and I'm not going to disrupt the quiet lounge over here, but I'm just going to look around here. I was in a movie. I love being filmed. Awesome. Yeah, not everybody necessarily feels that way, so I totally get that. Hi there. Pardon me, y'all. Hi. I am live streaming right now, and I was just wondering if I might be able to talk to y'all about like the activities that you're doing, or maybe anything about you thought about the performances today. Would that be okay? Would y'all feel comfortable with that?
Yeah, we didn't see any of the performances, but we can tell you about bracelet making.
I would love that. I love bracelet making. Let me just turn the camera here. If that's okay, does everybody consent to being on camera? Okay. Appreciate that. Let me just turn this here. Hey, thanks everybody. And we have some other chatters here. I'm a bit camera shy myself, says Shade Dragon. Unless it's for work, Shade Dragon, and says, or Sticks. Shade Dragon says hello to Sticks. Yeah, thank y'all for being here. I appreciate it. So yeah, can I ask you, like, you're making some bracelets here. What's going on? I see there are some pamphlets. Can y'all just talk about a little bit about the process?
Yeah, well, you see here, with bracelet making, what we found is you can make.
Sorry about this.
No, you're
Let me
okay.
adjust my camera here so people can see.
I
I
can stand up too.
want you to be comfortable.
Yeah, we're making bracelets. Lots of different types of bracelets to make. We're doing it with elastic, so it's really easy. All you have to do is cut off a piece of elastic, and then you put on whatever beads you want, and then you tie it. Yeah, we do have some pamphlets about behind the songs of EDM and how bracelets and colorful things are also part of like EDM as well. And yeah.
What?
Nice.
EDM, you said?
EDM.
PDM.
EDM.
EDM like the music, electronic
Yeah.
music.
Yeah, electronic.
You got it. Yeah.
All right. Sorry, we have some technical difficulties here, y'all. But yeah, so EDM, and was this actually similar to the candy making event that was recently, or is that?
It might be different. It's probably all related, but
Yeah, it's kind of interesting. Well, there was an event here recently before one of the shows that was like candy making with a K. And I believe it was like related to making and trading like bracelets similar to
Okay.
these here. Yeah.
you can trade your own bracelet. Yeah.
Awesome. Could you show maybe like what you're working on and
Yeah.
what's your design that you're trying to get here?
So purple is my favorite color, which you're
I
wearing
love
too.
purple, yes. Oh
And
no.
that's it.
Oh, I distracted you. I'm sorry.
That's okay. But yeah, I just wanted to get some like purple colors, different purple colors with my name between. So that's what I'm trying to attempt it. And then it's my second attempt, and I've been throwing these out down. I don't know why.
Shucks, well, I'm sorry to distract you again,
it's
but
okay. It happened second time, so you're right.
I wanted to ask to curse you, gravity, says one of our chatters. And could y'all maybe share too, like what did y'all think about? Were you here for the matinee shows today? Oh, okay.
I was, yeah.
Oh, were you? Did you want to share maybe any of your thoughts about the event, about Youth Fest in general, or maybe about what you thought about some of the performances?
I really enjoyed the first sketch, where the kids were talking about racism. Because, for example, I didn't know, I have experienced racism too, but listening from other people or the kids to me was eye-opening, like it's incredible how we still are experiencing that, like people treating us pretty poorly because we look different, and they were brave and telling all these stories. I wonder at times if were their own personal stories or stories from other people that they're reciting. But it sounded very real. It sounded to me, I believe in the characters, so I thought that it was their own experiences, they were going. And that to me means that they're good actors. Because when they convince you of something, it's like they're really acting well. 'Cause I'm an actor myself, so yeah. I really
Are you really? Lovely.
yeah, I studied drama when when I lived in Ecuador. Drama, theatrical drama, and stage design. Now I'm
And
an interior designer, but yeah, yeah, I enjoy it. And one of my kids is one of the actors too, so I enjoy it.
that's wonderful.
Yeah.
So you kind of get to foster creativity and through your youth, and
Yeah.
also and you've it sounds like you've channeled your creativity into other ways as well. So
Oh,
that's
yeah, no,
wonderful.
definitely. It's very important. It's very important to keep sanity. Because
Mhm.
otherwise, if everything is just one way, I feel like if I'm not creative, everything crumbles down in my world. I need some sort of motivation and creativity around me in order to function. Yeah.
I feel very much the same way.
Yeah.
I actually have more of a visual arts background, but
Yeah.
I'm in music and really I work for the theater now
Yeah.
too.
Oh,
So
cool.
it's
That's
just
awesome.
really like to be near the arts
Yeah.
in whatever form it takes. I
That's
think.
awesome. Yeah, yeah. No, I admire you. You doing this is your YouTube channel.
Yeah, so actually this is for the Seattle Reps YouTube channel.
That's
So
awesome. I
it's
love it.
yeah, we're kind of there's already amazing content there.
I'm
But
part of
we're
that.
yeah,
I started my own channel too about interior design and all creative things where I like to talk to people like you. I would invite
fantastic.
you.
Yeah. Please do. Please follow. Please subscribe. We're encouraging all of our viewers out there to subscribe as well and to chat with us. And we appreciate you talking to us
awesome.
too.
Thank you.
And yeah, it is so important to, I think, to foster like creativity as well in the youth. And something you said about hearing those stories is that sometimes maybe as adults, I'll speak from my own experience. As adults, maybe we feel a little bit more desensitized to some of those things of racism, and so when someone like someone from a youth is sharing that experience from them, it almost kind of reminds us of like, oh yeah, that is actually a problem,
Exactly, yeah. Yeah,
So
for sure, yeah.
not something.
I remember still the first time when I realized that I was different, that I was black. Because when you're little, you don't know until you finally know. You notice like, wow, I'm different. I don't look like my friends. I hated myself. I hated the way I look. I hated being black. I thought I was ugly. I didn't love myself. I didn't love my race. I love my family, but I didn't love that we were black. I hated it. And it was something that when I started growing up and listening to my mom's stories, when I fell in love with being this mixed race, and even loving the blackness of that side of my mom, because my dad is white, but my mom family is black, and to me it's still like incredible just to learn how they, as a family, they are cultivating their culture, their own family culture, and within their race, right? Yeah.
Thank you so much
Yeah.
for sharing that. And would you say that the program that your child is in, which of the performances today was your child in? And
She
would
was
you
in the
say that-
third one. She was in the third one, and the Why We.
Why We,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, young women. Yeah.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
By the way, thank you everybody for being there. Shade Dragon, thank you for lurking. Is it raining there? No, it is a gorgeous sunny day here in
Woohoo,
Seattle.
yes.
So if you're in the area and you want to come out to Seattle Youth Fest, Seattle Rep Youth Fest, it is definitely still happening right now. T. Anderson, welcome in. Hey, thank you everybody for liking the video. I see we've got 4 viewers and 4 likes. So, thank you. That's a really good ratio.
Yeah, right.
And yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I love
I'm
the
gonna-
microphone.
I'm gonna thank you. I actually got this idea from GZ Radio, which is going to be happening. I think they're going to be putting on a performance or a presentation of some of their things on tomorrow.
Awesome.
And I followed that. Yeah, as part of
course.
Youth Fest.
Yeah.
And it's interesting. The reason how I picked this up was they had their microphone on the end of a boba straw.
Yeah.
They went to a boba
Oh,
tea
cool. Yeah,
place,
yeah, got
and
it,
they
got
were
it.
like interviewing people, and I was like, I have to do that, but with something
I
different.
love
so
it because I do that for my own.
shout out to
Yeah.
GZ Radio for giving me this idea. Well, I'll let you make your necklaces and things. Was there anything else that y'all might like to share, or? All right. Yeah. Thank you so much for sharing with me. All right. Oh yeah. No, sorry. We could talk to you though. Would you like to be on stream?
I'm a co-founding member of Jeezy Radio. So
Oh,
we
really?
did that.
Are you really?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I would actually really love to talk to you about GZ Radio. Would that be okay? Because we are live streaming right now, and because of so you're not on. Well, I guess you are. So I should have probably asked you before, but thank you for hanging out. And are you here at Youth Fest all weekend?
Yeah, I am coming for Saturday and Sunday to do pictures actually for these events, and this actually came through because of Jeezy Radio and like Nabra and Moss recommended me as a photographer for this kind of small gathering event.
That's wonderful. So you're kind of a little bit doing the similar something that I am. It's just a different format, I guess.
Yeah, basically.
And how are you affiliated with GZ Radio? And can you tell our viewers who don't know anything about it who GZ Radio is?
Yeah, so I'll describe GZ Radio first. GZ Radio is a youth-run radio station where we try to redefine radio, and of course we have one old head, Maso, to give us a little bit more legitimacy when we're working with other organizations. But other than that, we're free to do whatever we want, however we want. We have a newsroom, and that's completely youth run by one of our youth, Marianne. Even though we say youth, and like you'll think like 18 under, we're actually like 15 to 25, and that's how we kind of run. But we do a large variety of things, from covering events to doing our own podcast. Of course, we have our newsroom. We do shows and such like Sonic Sludge, where another one of our youth, Lily, will bring in a rock band or indie band, whatever band that she
I love
has
that.
in Seattle, and we'll do a recording session and an interview both in one day, and that basically gives us experience to work with bands and studios, but also have someone do sound engineering, someone do photography, and give the band some type of media coverage so then they get used to that. And it's all pretty fun, but there's a wide variety of things that we do, and all of it will always be youth run or be headed by youth with support from our one and only mentor, Maso, at the moment.
And who is that? Your mentor, Maso, you mentioned.
Maso Yamada. I'll start off with how I kind of got into it because this very much correlates, but
Sure.
Maso works with a lot of youth, and earlier, basically right before COVID, we were doing a career connective learning program with Rainier Avenue Radio, and Maso, who is a mentor of youth, and he's been doing that for quite a few years now. Can't put a number on it. But he's been doing that, and I was one of the youth he was mentoring, and he was helping doing this career connective program and got a few of us youth into it. And after that was done, we're like, where do we want to go? What do we want to do? And that's how we kind of came up. The founding members kind of came up with Ground Zero Radio, and we just wanted to do podcasts, have fun, cover events, do all that stuff. And over time, it just grew as we were recruiting and building up. And we're kind of a pandemic baby, but we were able to thrive and grow in that. And Maso is very critical. He spent a lot of money on us for like food and driving us around to cover events and doing all that. And yeah, he's just a great person to know because he'll always help the youth find a way to tell their story and what they want to do. And when they come up with an idea, we'll always go to Maso because he'll help us better figure out and explain it so then we can make something out of it to actually be able to show it to people and make like a podcast out of it. If someone wants to make a podcast, he'll help us structure the podcast, build it, but we'll have the idea and concept and he'll give us suggestions, but it's still our baby to drive and do whatever we want with it.
That's awesome. And I've been following GZ Radio myself after being ready. And I was just telling these lovely people that I learned this little microphone trick from them because I saw that they were visiting a boba tea place and they stuck their microphone on the end of a boba straw. And I just thought that was so both funny but also practical. And then so I was like, I'm going to totally do that. So, how can actually people follow GZ Radio?
So we have an Instagram called GZ Radio. On Instagram, we do have a website also, GZ Radio, GZRadio.org. And you can see some of the stuff we're doing there. We also have a YouTube under the same name.
Oh, cool.
But we're slowly producing our content and putting our stuff out there. Our newsroom is constantly pumping out gear, but if you do want to see what we're mostly doing, it is the Instagram. I'm not the best well informed. I took a step back for school, but I do sometimes hang around.
School's important.
Yeah, I'm actually going to school for all this stuff.
That's wonderful. And it's great that there's programs like that, the GZ Radio, that kind of allow you, like you said, to tell your own stories and also to kind of learn those skills. There's actually like editing and engineering and things I didn't really realize it went into that. But of course it does.
Yeah, editing, audio engineering, photography, how to be an on-air, how to do journalism, how to write an article. GZ Radio is why I wanted to go to school for visual media. And it's just a great place to learn the skills and be able to develop the change that you want to do and how you want to do it with the full support. And we also, the VER project also helps us a lot too, because they house us. They also do the accounting for us. So,
Oh, that's lovely. I actually don't know much about the Vera project. Could you tell us a little bit about them as well?
yeah, the VER project is just a here. How do I say? It's like an all ages venue place, basically. They'll also do classes for screen printing and audio engineering and do basic classes. And they also have, I'm forgetting some programs, but they do a lot of classes. And it is also the VERproject.org where you can, on the website, where you can find out a lot more. But they are also on the Seattle Center campus. They're actually over there.
Right.
Right there. But it's mostly a concert venue for all ages, or youth bands, old bands, whatever. But it's just for everyone. And there's no age restrictions like 21 over, none of that. It's just for everyone. You can come in, sit, listen to some awesome music, and have a good time.
That's huge, though, because when you have an idea for something and you want to do it, but then you have no place to do it, it makes it a little bit hard to coordinate that and make that happen. Now, if we could also maybe just focus on you, how could we follow you? And is there any work that you've done, particularly either on GZ Radio or on your own, that we could you want to promote?
I'll promote my Instagram. I'm not super active because I do like a quarterly dump because of my schoolwork. But I'm the ABC, but spelled as IMTHE period ABC. Because what it means is I'm the Asian behind the camera, because that's what I mostly do, and I'm rarely in front. I'm usually behind, so that's what I just do a bunch of different events and cover it. I just did the 50th anniversary for the Arts and Cultural up in the Pioneer Square, the train station. And I did photos for that place too.
And are those photos available up on your Instagram, or are they on the sources that use them?
On the sources that use them. I'm still trying to figure out, even though I'm like 19, I'm in the social media, I'm Gen Z, I don't like social media. So
you have to take it a little at a time. Sometimes it comes on a little strong, for sure. Well, I think at 19 you're doing really great, and thank you for stopping and talking with us. Did you want to share your name as well? I didn't really ask you that at first. We just kind of started talking.
I'm Johnny. If you see me, say hi. I don't really love to talk, but I'm willing to talk. I don't look like pretty shy. I'm introverted. I'm not super talkative, and sometimes don't look like the friendliest person. But if you say hi, I'll say hi back. I promise that.
Well, you're doing really great. And actually, if I may, just like read a couple of comments here because I think somebody had some reflections on what you had to say. Let me actually say this. Adrian Vixen here, some of our friends. Let me actually read this. Says, I'm the Asian behind the camera a lot more than I like, with a little bit of a relieved face. But it sounds like you came up with that name and with a little bit of humor. But is there a little bit of realness behind that too? Do you want to share anything about that?
Maso, in an attempt to trying to get me out of my shell, did try to get me in front of the camera once or twice, but I usually dodged them. And a lot of times and we'll do group pictures a lot of times too, and I always try to hide because I don't like to be in front of the camera. I was super camera shy, where like if you met me a few years ago, I probably would have dodged out and not said anything. But I have grown out of my shell a bit, but the whole Asian behind the camera, it was my second account. Now it's my only Instagram. My other one got hacked and I lost it.
Oh, that's tough.
I have this one, and it literally what it is. I'm an Asian American, and I like to be behind the camera, and usually am. And a lot of our earlier stuff, it was usually me behind the camera, but now since we've grown with GZ, I've been able to step back and kind of direct people.
That's nice. And it's good to be where you want to be, right? And that's nice. If you have a certain direction and you're communicating that with the people who are supporting you, and they put you where you want to be. But it almost sounds like we're really lucky then, because we actually got you here in the front of the camera in this nice little impromptu moment. But I'll let you continue with your day unless there's any final thoughts you have. But thank you for stopping and talking with us.
Yeah, no problem. I just want to say follow GZ Radio, but also you're doing great work, and I was walking by listening to some of your interview, and I think you're doing an amazing job as well. And not everything always has to look clean cut and professional. Sometimes the ground, sometimes what seems guerrilla, but also looks really nice. How news reporters do is great content too, and I know people love that. So I think you're doing a great job.
Yeah, well, thank you so much. The kind words help because I'm just a little sort of clumsily stumbling through this a little bit. But this is, I would say, our only second live stream on the YouTube channel here as part of this 2022-23 season. So we're just kind of getting started, and I like, and I've drawn inspiration definitely from GZ Radio too. Like I said, with my little straw thing set up, and also with I think one of the projects that I saw recently is they went to visit a exhibit for Stranger Things. Y'all know Stranger Things out there, don't you?
Yeah. So the newsroom went to go and cover that and give a review basically for that whole entire experience. And I don't know if it's out. Like I said, I'm not with the newsroom, or I don't know too much about the newsroom or what they do on occasion. I do know what they do, but not what they're doing at the moment. But I do know they're making something for it, and they seem to have a lot of fun. But yeah.
Awesome. Thank you so much again for talking with us.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you.
Alrighty, yeah.
Bye.
Okay, y'all. Thank you for being here. Thank you for chatting with us. I'm going to, it's actually the letter G and the letter Z radio, not with the J. But thank you for chatting. Thank you for asking those questions. Let me actually chat, because I didn't catch up on chat. There's so many people who came in. So let's see. Unless it's for work, I've done extra work before. The secret to craft services being bring sandwich baggies. Okay. Adrian Vixen is here. Welcome in, everybody. Atticus Among Us is here as well. Hi. I wish I was in Seattle. Okay, that's right. I just sent the mother of all promotions for this stream. I'm doing my best. Sticks, thank you so much for promoting the stream. That means a lot to me. We are, like I was just saying, this is kind of a new thing that we're starting to do with these live streams. So I really do appreciate the support. Hey, we got some skateboards out there. Aloha. I'm not going to try to read that out loud, but thank you so much. My wife is in chat. Squee. I love boba, T. Anderson says. I'm so jealous. The only boba place here is only open for boba on the weekend. Last weekend, I went and they ran out of boba. Oh no, I'm so sorry. I sent out a bunch of invites on Twitter and Discord because you were awesome. Oh my goodness, thank you so much. We got Dragon Love out there. Atticus says, Vitingale is a great interviewer. She lets the person talk, yet guides the conversation. Oh, thank you for your smiles, your thumbs up, everybody. Hey, Johnny, says Six Dragon. Dude, you're awesome. I was in a film about Vietnam. I was typecasted as the... Ooh. Let's see. I'm a stranger thing in most cases, Shade Dragon says. Me pretending to be shocked. Are you strange and unusual? Exactly. GZ Radio. You got it, Sticks. And yeah, thank you for being out there, everybody. Now let's continue to go around a little bit. If there's anybody you might like to talk to, particularly, let us know. I'm just gonna pan down here for a second though, because I saw this behind me. We've got a little, you mentioned craft services table. This is a nice table of snacks that are free snacks here all day. Now, there are food trucks outside for people to eat at and things like that if they want something a little more substantial, like a meal. But they actually, I think Deanna had said this earlier, they have over here some pizza. And it's actually by one of our local brands. I don't know if you can read that. It's Pagliacci Pizza, and they are really tasty. Let's see if I can go around and maybe have some other folks talk to us. Thanks for hanging out, everyone. Thank you for liking the stream. Hi.
So Sanctuary, I pull up the little.
Let's see. Hi there, folks. You're not on camera right now, but I am on a live stream, and I was just wondering if y'all would want to be on this with me and maybe talk about what you're up to and maybe what you have experienced of like the shows and events today. Would that be all right? Awesome. Yeah, let me go ahead and turn the camera here, and thanks everybody out there still for being out there and hanging out with us. Let's join some more friends. So we're live on YouTube right now. If you want to, you can actually go on YouTube and follow the Seattle Rep channel. So we're actually broadcasting from their channel right now. And yeah, we're trying to kind of bring YouthFest out to everyone a little bit and let them know what's going on. So could y'all talk about what is going on here? It looks like there's some kind of crafts or candles being made. That looks really cool, actually.
You can trim it. You can always make it shorter. So
Wonderful. This kind of reminds me of some of the an event I think here that was called Pocket Nichos. Is that related to this?
I don't know. I'm volunteering, so I showed up to volunteer, and this was all already set up. We're just figuring it out as we go. But yeah, I came to volunteer because theater and youth, two of my favorite things when put together. So I just wanted to be supportive.
Absolutely. Well, thank you. Thank you for volunteering. Could you tell us a little bit about the process that you're going through? You're melting some wax there, is that right?
So it's soy wax. It comes in this bag. It's these little pellets. and specifically for candles. So we're just heating it up. And then people are decorating these little bitty Altoids containers with stickers. And then they get a wick and like hot glue it to the bottom. And then we fill it with wax, and then there's some like essential oils. So they can have a scented candle.
Oh,
And then
that's nice.
yeah, so we pour the hot wax in, then a few drops of the oil, and then trim the wick, and then just wait. And then eventually it'll like this one's almost all the way cool. This one's a little less. You can see how it starts like turning white from the clear. Yeah, that's it.
So it seems like you might have to pour the wax in like a little different, a little bit at a time. There.
Well, it's that it starts leaking out once it gets to like where the little hinge spots are on the Altoids container. So it's just, yeah, it's kind of a thin little layer. Yeah.
Nice, and you have a nice collection of different stickers, so people can kind of choose different emblems. Maybe we'll go check that out a little bit. If I may ask you, did you get to see any of the performances at the matinee?
I saw about the last 20 minutes. So I didn't have a program or anything. I didn't know the names of anything, but I definitely saw some of the great work.
Wonderful. I did not get to see the work. Would you mind sharing maybe a little bit of your impression of that last 20 minutes?
I feel like I think you should move your attention.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. For sure. Yeah. Would y'all like to talk to me about what you thought about it? Sorry if I'm got my camera here. Yeah.
Wait, what was the question?
So I was just asking, maybe did you get to see the matinee today?
I did not. You were part of it? Yeah, I was part of it.
Wonderful. Okay, so you performed with one of the groups. Can you tell us which group?
Yeah, I performed with Why We. It's a young women in power, and it's a program where there's a lot of different programs and just like a really nice community.
That's wonderful. How long have you been in that program?
It's my first year, and I really liked it.
And you performed. Did you perform as part of a group, or did you perform a single, like a monologue or something like that?
I was in the group part. I didn't write a monologue, but yeah, it was really fun.
That's awesome. What was that experience like, and what do you think of the program, and would you recommend it to others?
Yeah, I definitely recommend it to others. If you have like an interest, there's definitely a Why We program for it.
That's fantastic. Can you show us your project actually, and maybe tell us why you chose the stickers that you did?
Yeah, I have to make one for my friend because I may or may not have forgotten to get her a birthday party gift. So I put some stickers, like a cat sticker, and I don't really know what that is. And then You Are My Sunshine, because she is my sunshine. She's my best friend.
Aw, that's a very sweet gift.
I did this one because this one's awesome. Yeah.
Thank you so much for talking with us. And are you going to be here throughout the whole Youth Fest? Are you going to attend the PromaDrama or the next day or anything?
I'm not, sadly, but I'll be here for like 30 minutes more.
Well, thank you so much. I'm glad that we caught you then, and thank you for talking to us on stream. I appreciate that. Is there any place that you might like for people to follow you or your work or anything like that?
Not really.
Okay, got it. Thank you so much. I appreciate you talking. Yeah, right. Thank you again. How about yourself? Would you like to speak with us today?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, great. I do like to ask first. Let me just scroll here and see if there's any questions here. All right, pizza. Oh gosh. Oh my goodness. So I'm missing some comments there, y'all. Sorry about that, folks. So we're just gonna skip all that and check in with a new person here. Let's see. Actually, did you get to attend, or were you a part of the? Was that also part of the? Was that also the group performance?
Yeah, we did a group performance. There was 2 plays, and I was technically in both of them. It's just like an extra, just because I wanted to. It was fun. I loved it.
What kind of role did you have, if you might
played
let us know?
A police officer, and then I played someone on a bus, and then someone in a cafe, and then in the second one, I was at both a high school party and a college party participant. Party goer.
Kind of like
Okay.
Those are probably as far as
accurate cop lines.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
you
like,
need a ride and okay, bye.
I was gonna say if those are the lines that are coming from them, then those are probably pretty good lines. But I was gonna ask too, like, how long have you been in the program, and what do you think about it?
I've been doing it since I was 15, and I just turned 18, so about 3 years. It is so fun. It is what like got me through COVID and stuff, because I moved here when I turned 15, so I had no friends in schools online. So this was like my way to meet people, and I've been doing it ever since, and I just love it. And I've done so many different programs. Best thing ever. Definitely.
And I think I don't know much about YWE, but I know it sounds like there's various other groups, things like that. So which group were you affiliated with?
I've done Grow, which they did at Mara Farm. I've done Create, which I got to do sewing. And then there was what's it called, Write, where I got to go to the Seattle Public Library and I got to write a screenplay. And then I got to have like a table read in front of a bunch of people for like an open mic night. And then I did Speak, which is where we got to end up here. We got to write our own little like play and perform it here at Seattle Rep. I'm also in YLC, which is the Youth Leadership Council, and I got to do learn about facilitation and being a leader and like mentor like the people who run YWE. And I actually got to do a leadership project where I facilitated my own group on Healthy Boundaries Day, where we learned about healthy boundaries and self-defense. I got to actually facilitate something and like really perform leadership.
Oh my gosh, everything about that sounds amazing.
Oh yeah, it's so awesome. And it's like for basically anyone but cis guys. So it's like anyone like born female or identifies as a female can come. And it's for people between like I think 13 and 18 can participate. And then they also have like if you're too old, for that, they have like mentorship programs where you can like come and still like hang out and like get to be there, but you also get to be a mentor for like these like young like women and people.
That's really awesome. So there's some kind of something for everybody, and like and I actually didn't realize how many programs there were. And you mentioned what you got to do with each program, and that actually is really informative too. With Grow, was that like garden related? Was that
so at Mara Farm they have their own community garden spot, and I did it in the fall, so it was mostly like picking up the plants to get ready for winter and putting stuff down. I also got to work with like compost. We had to like shovel it, and it was like mid-October, but everyone had their jackets off and stuff because it was just so hot, and we were just shoveling it.
Right.
But if you go like more spring, summer, they do have more like planting activities, but we were mostly harvesting what was left and prepping for winter.
That's awesome. What's next for you? Are you going to be here through PromaDrama? Are you going? Oh,
this is my
awesome!
prom dress.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Did you take part in the teen night and the prom?
Yeah,
thing
I
last
came
time?
here with my friend and we both got prom dresses, and then we're gonna hang out today and go to prom.
That's
excited.
fantastic.
Yeah.
And are you going to be part of the tomorrow's?
I sadly
day?
can't,
Yeah.
but I'm like so jealous of the people that can, because I'm like I want to see what everyone's performing, but I have stuff to do tomorrow, so I'm like I only come today because
Same.
I'm a performer. Kind of have to.
Fantastic. So you like the performing opportunities, but also I like that you got the opportunity to be in leadership as well.
Yeah.
Is that something you think you'll go into as well?
Yeah. Oh, I definitely want to. Like, what they're doing with the YLC is next year, instead of it just being a YLC, the Youth Leadership Project, anyone at YWE can do a Youth Leadership Project now. You have to like apply for it, like a proper like thing, like everyone, like all the adults have to, they have to apply for like grants and stuff. So we get to apply for resources and do our Youth Leadership Project. And I'm going to do one again next year, and I'm really excited to do it because it was just so much fun the first time. It's awesome.
Thank you so much. And also we got some art projects going on here. These little candle things. Can you show off yours and say what maybe like what you why you decided to choose the stickers and things you did?
I put lemon grab because I love not Gravity Falls. I'm thinking about Gravity Falls a lot. I put lemon grab because I love Adventure Time.
Oh yeah.
And then this one just looks cool. It's like a eyeball. It was mostly just I picked the ones that look cool.
Hey, that's awesome. and finally, is there any way or any place that you might like people to like follow your work or your career or anything that we may be doing next?
Oh, I mean, I have an art account, but I can't even remember what I called it. I want to say it's Id Raptor. Like, I copied a YouTuber whose name is Ego Raptor, so I made mine id.raptor. So maybe there.
That's a pretty cool name, actually.
Yeah, it's like this super ego and id.
That's what I was thinking
Yeah.
of.
So I stole someone else's name. So
You creatively modified someone
he
else's
also
name.
technically stole it. So I'm like just following my idols.
Awesome. Well, thank you again for talking with us. I appreciate it. I'll let you get back to that.
Thank you.
All right, folks. Yay, y'all. Thank you for being here. This is a little bit, like I said, a little bit of a new adventure for us. We are live streaming here. We're live streaming here at Seattle Rep. We're having a good time. We're talking to people. Thank you so much. Oh, no more flirting. Good job in chat. I mean, let's see. You make me happy when skies are gray. Y'all are great chatters. Thank you for hanging out with us. I really appreciate it. If there's any questions you may have, or if you want me to walk to any particular little area here, we might even go out and visit our the food trucks that are around before too long here. We're about an hour and 15 into our stream, and we have until 6, and so time's flying by. We have plenty of time, but we're hanging out here. So if there's any questions y'all have, and please do, if you're out there, thumbs up and all that kind of good stuff, and share the live and anything that you might want to do if you have anybody who you think might enjoy this. A girl's gotta eat. Yeah, everybody's gotta eat. All right, let me actually see if some of these folks I might be able to interrupt. Pardon me, too. Sorry about this. I was just wondering, I'm live streaming right now on the Seattle Reps YouTube channel. We kind of wanted to bring YouthFest out into the world. And I was just wondering if y'all might like to join me on camera and chat with me about any of the performances today, or your experience about YouthFest, or the piece that you made, or just anything about your experience today. Was that something y'all might like to do? If not, please feel free to say no, because boundaries are a thing.
Yeah, no, I'd be up for that.
Okay,
Yeah.
great. And does that go for both of you as well, or? Okay, I'm just gonna turn the camera here a little bit, if I may, and hopefully get us all here on the screen together. And let's do a little bit of adjustment there. Hey everyone! So we have some other guests here of the Youth Fest. Hey, we got some more chatter out there, but let me just do a quick check-in. Would you like to share your name or what you go by and any pronouns? Yeah. Go ahead. It's just a little attached to the thing there.
Hi, my name's Caleb, and I go by he, him. This is my first time at the Seattle Rep, and I came to see a show for a friend. It was really wonderful, actually, now that I think about it. I haven't got to because of, business as per usual. I really like it here, and it's my first time, so I don't really have much to say, but I really do appreciate it. Also, I didn't get your name. What is your name?
I'm Vita,
Vita.
and I use she or they pronouns. Thank you for asking.
Yeah.
Did your friend perform in the matinee today before?
Yeah, I believe so, yeah.
And with what group? I believe there were 3. Do you know?
I think it was the final one, if that...
Why We, I believe, right?
Yeah, that's the one, I think, I believe. That's it, I guess.
Yeah, that's wonderful of you to come and support your friend and their performance. That's awesome. Yeah, thank you for being here too. And have you ever? And you said this was your first time in Seattle Rep.
Yes, this is.
And do you have much background attending or in theater or anything like that, or are you mainly supporting your friend?
I'm mostly supporting my friend. That's it.
That's awesome. We love good friends. Well, we hope that you'll also be back to the Rep too. There's all kinds of activities. Are you going to be participating throughout the rest of the evening of Youth Fest and for the next day?
Yes. Just today, though, I believe.
Okay, great.
Thank you.
Thank you for sharing. How about yourself? Would you like to share your name and any pronouns you go by, and maybe your experience of the performances and the
Yeah.
event today?
My name is Zeba. I use any pronouns. I am actually a performer in YouthFest.
You can probably hold it just like about 6 inches away, because too close it kind of blows it up.
Yeah.
Here we go.
And
I'll hold it.
oh, okay. Thank you.
There.
Cool.
You can just talk normally.
Okay. Yeah, it was great. It was great seeing other people performing. It was great to share my personal performance. Mine was the very last one of the monologues, so it was really fun. Just sharing my voice and hearing other people share their voice, and this really is like just a great community. So I'm very glad to be a part of it.
The Why We community.
Yeah, yeah, and Seattle Rep as a whole.
Wonderful. Thank you for saying that. Are you so? You were part of the. I don't know much about Why We, but part of the Why We Speaks. Is that part of that?
Yes.
And I believe there were some portions that were monologues, and that there was portions that were maybe a written type of a scripted thing.
Yeah.
Yours was more of a monologue. Is that right?
Yeah, yes. Mine was a monologue turned into a small play. So, so it was a monologue, but it was acted out as a play.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
So you were maybe speaking, and there was some acting happening around you. Is that right?
I had a voiceover and I was doing some physical stuff on stage, and there were some out loud portions, but yeah.
Thank you so much for describing that, because we weren't able to be in the theater at the time, and we were kind of hanging out and giving people an idea of what was going on there. But it's really awesome. I love that we were able to share just a little bit about what is going on here, so that people know or even aware that Youth Fest is happening, that these performances exist, that these programs exist, that they might be able to join. So how long have you been, if you might, if I may ask, how long have you been in the Why We program, and have you found that to be empowering, and you were able to write your own piece and share some things from like personal experience, or invent your own thing from? Can you talk about that a little bit?
So I've been in it for about 3 years, and it really has been amazing. This piece in particular, I wrote my whole play, and most of it was about me and my life experience. And I've been through a lot, and I wanted to portray that, but I didn't really want it to be very sad, because I could have made it a huge tragedy, but I didn't want people to look at me and be like, oh, you've been through so much and you're so strong. I don't like it when people do that.
Right.
And so I wanted to make my play more lighthearted, and to show other people that no matter how different you are or how people treat you, to stay true to who you are, and that no matter what you've been through, you can still like be a good person and make your life good. And just like who I am today is all from like I have built myself from the ground up, and I'm very proud of who I am, and that what you've been through and what has happened to you does not define who you are.
I love that. It was such powerful words, and thank you for sharing that about your piece. Speaking of that, where will you be taking this work next? Are you going to be participating in the rest of Youth Fest, PromaDrama, and where could we maybe? Are you going to be performing this again? And where can we follow your work?
I don't think I'm going to be performing it again. I don't really know where it's going. My future path is through the arts, and theater is a part of the fine arts, so it may become a career, it may not. I mainly do it because I love acting and I love writing, and it really has been a big impact on me. But I'm planning on staying with YWE as long as I can, and just, being in the community and working with theater and with writing through them. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know where it's gonna go, but I hope it goes somewhere.
Yeah, but I guess maybe you felt like that program has been supportive of your creativity and your goals.
Oh yes, so much. I mean, it blows my mind how much people are just, the mentors are just like, oh yeah, you can do whatever you want with your play, and it really has been so, it's just been so important to me to find people who like support me no matter what, and actually like help me, and if something isn't going right, we can like find a solution to it. And yeah, it really has been amazing.
Thank you so much. And maybe I already asked you this. Are you going to be attending tomorrow and the rest of the evening, the other performances?
Yeah, I will be here throughout the evening. I don't really know about tomorrow. I will look into it, and if I have the time, I definitely will come and support other people, because, love supporting other people. It takes a lot of work, and it takes a lot of courage to get up on stage and just, do something in front of a lot of people. So, but yeah, definitely, I will still be here tonight. So.
Fantastic. Yeah, it's nice to have some community.
Oh yeah, totally. Community has been so important.
Yeah, that's kind of why we're doing this a little bit today, because, we have, of course, our physical location here at the Rep. But we also, so much has changed over the last few years that we want to make sure that everything's as accessible as it can be, and just kind of like share what we're doing with the world, and just like awareness helps.
Yeah, that sounds amazing.
Thank you so much for speaking with us. I appreciate that. All right, folks. We had a little light adjustment situation there, but hope y'all were able to hear and still see, and hopefully you're enjoying the conversations that are happening and everything here. They were great. Yay. Adrienne Vixen says, community is so important. Yes, the dramatic arts for the good of all of us. Absolutely. And I think that, just some reflections I'm thinking about is that these are having ripple effects out into the world. There are, that mentorship that's happening that is allowing these people to explore, discover, and be empowered in their creativity and what they want to do, the direction they want to take their lives, is really important. I think having empowered youth in this world is a good thing. Hey, I'm doing great. I'm still streaming. We didn't really get to talk but would y'all like to chat with me here about this? What's going on?
I would love to.
Wonderful. I'm just gonna kind of like do this situation.
Yeah, hi.
Hi.
I'm Mariah.
Yeah, thank you. Mariah, you said.
Yes.
Wonderful.
Zeba, who you interviewed a minute ago, is my child.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah, they've been involved in YWE for a couple of years with their the week-long summer camps that they do. And then they had this program called Why We Speak that helped develop writing skills and playwriting skills. So they were able to write that whole monologue and do all of that on their own.
That's not like a small feat either. Like,
No.
I know you said whole monologue. I don't know how long it was, but a monologue of any kind. That's one thing is I tried my hand at acting once upon a time, but remembering lines is a really big deal.
Yeah.
And actually not only being able to like hold that in your head of someone else's work, but being able to like create your own work of your own, that's really amazing.
Well, and it was very personal for them. And so it took a lot of courage. I'm really, really proud of them. So proud of them. They started working on it last fall and just kind of refined it and kept working with it, and would read me little tidbits of it as they went along, but I didn't know the whole thing.
Yeah.
So it was really a surprise to see it on stage today.
So was today's debut your first time seeing the entire piece in all its glory?
And in everything.
Were you blown away?
I was.
Wow.
I was really impressed. They did, part of it was a read over. So it was a voiceover. So she
Okay, yeah.
you would hear her voice and then see them moving on stage and doing different things.
That's an interesting concept.
It was very innovative, I thought, for a teenager. It was something you don't see all the time. And then there was a screen in the background that had pictures, just static pictures up there, that made it more interesting to see what they were really talking about and how it was developing in the story. It was about 10
Which
or
is like a
12 minutes.
multimedia. That's like a whole project.
It was incredible. I was blown away. I thought I was going to cry, but I didn't. I was just so proud of them.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
And what's your experience of Youth Fest been so far? What did you think about any of the other performances? Do you like these different tables and activities?
Yeah, it's been fun. It's fun. It's nice to be able to relax and get out of the day-to-day stuff and just be able to come out in the community and do something fun.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Are you going to be attending tomorrow and this evening, PromaDrama, any of that kind of stuff?
No, I'm going to leave them here. And so they can do all of that.
Fantastic.
I came with my older child and a friend of the family, so I have to take them home. And I'll be back to pick them up when they're ready to go home tonight.
That's awesome. Well, it's nice that you'll, I guess, know that they're in good hands here at the Rep.
I never have a worry when she goes to IWE. Not a one. That there's no harm. It'll always be a learning environment. It's going to be safe, and so it's been a really fantastic journey so far.
Can you just say a little bit about that? I think I asked them before, but how long has your child been in the program, and would you say what do you think the program's done for them? Because I was sort of reflecting with our viewers here that just I think that it's really interesting to have more empowered youth, the people who are there to mentor them and to like say what do you not only just sort of like shove a bunch of information in their head that they think they should know, but what do you want to do, and then foster that. Can you talk about that a little bit?
It's been really eye-opening, I think, for both of us. We found them as a summer program. They do summer camps for a week for different skills. So they have a gardening group. Zeba has done the sewing group. So she learned how to sew all by herself, created her own battle jacket.
That's amazing.
We got a leather jacket and designed it, sewed it, embroidered it, did everything by hand that she wanted on it, put the spikes where she wanted. I mean, the whole thing. It's really cool.
That sounds amazing. That sounds like cosplay plus, and like
it kind of is.
And I at least just heard about and they're, by the way, our chatters are saying, "Yay, mom! We love a supportive mom," and all this stuff. So I don't know if you're seeing that too, but but that sounds so cool because somebody might have different directions in their life, and they're sort of figuring things out, but just teaching some skills, basic skills like how to grow a vegetable and how to write a story, or how to or not even a story, but just how to express some thoughts onto paper or to digital paper or to out there. And then once I have that, what do I do with it?
Exactly. And so the poetry group that she did, they did performances. So they had to pick their favorite part of the body and write about it. And Zeba came home, she's like, I don't have anything that I really like. I don't know what I would do. And she finally settled on her brain. And I said, what? Okay.
What a smart answer. Actually, I love that.
Well, she's neurodivergent. And so the brain is, being neurodivergent, you don't relate to things as other people might. So their experience learning in a classroom and learning in YWE, going through COVID, that whole experience YWE has helped her to come out of her shell
Wow.
And I keep saying her and they, and so I'm not trying to confuse anybody. She goes by all pronouns. So
Thank you for sharing
I could
that.
say he as well. I'm not used to saying he because for many years she was a girl. So she's gender fluid.
Can be an
So
adjustment.
It's an adjustment for me. So I'm still getting used to it, but I love them with my whole heart. They're my world.
Thank you for saying that too. You know, because I didn't really put that out there, but you know, it is June, it's Pride Month and things like that,
It is.
and all these things kind of work together. It's kind of nice to have support in our creativity and also our identities and things too.
Well,
So,
and it is. It's very important.
mhm.
And that's been a big part of their journey, was figuring out what that identity might be. And I don't know that they've totally figured it out. But
Yeah.
at 15, who does have it figured
Neither
out?
have I.
I haven't. I'm 50. I haven't figured anything out.
Yeah, I think giving them the space to figure that out is crucial
Yeah.
too, right?
It is. It's very
Mhm.
crucial. And I've found that we've had good and bad experiences with different facets of our lives and family members who have very different views of things. And so being able to support them in whatever it is that is their authentic self,
Mhm.
even if that's transitioning or it's going to change in the future or I just don't understand it, whatever it is,
Yeah.
as a parent, that's my job.
Mm.
That's like that's how I view being a parent.
Well, you're a very good parent then. Can I give you a hug on that one? Oh my goodness. Oh,
Yeah.
thank you so much.
No, I just
for saying
I
all
have
that.
I have
and-
two very different
yeah.
children. They're polar opposites. So it's a balancing act at times, but they're very much individuals and I have to see them as individuals. So
Absolutely, yeah.
that's, Pride Month or no, they're worth being supported in everything. So I do my best. But
Yeah, it sounds like you're doing an amazing job.
Yeah, thank you.
And finding programs like this, like Why We, or just kind of like anything in community, whether it's a different interest or whether it's the arts. But you kind of mentioned pandemic and things like that, and that adjustment period that people had to do there. And I think a lot of people found these little, ways of coping and of finding something, this music speaks to me, or something like that, to kind of like have something to do with that energy in a way.
Yeah. Yeah, you really do have to figure out where you're going to put your energy and the nooks and crannies of your life where things maybe don't need to be such an important part. And so you kind of shift your gaze to something else that fits better, feels better, nourishes your soul. And Why We has been a big part of that for her over the last 2 years. So I'm looking forward to this next summer camp that she's doing because it's international cooking. So I'm hoping that she'll get in the kitchen a little bit more.
Yes.
And she's really excited about it.
I love to cook.
My ex-husband is Afghan, and so she has a very rich history with cooking and the social ramifications of being Afghan. So I don't know much about how to cook in that culture, but I'm hoping they will. That'll be good for them.
Maybe that would be a good shared activity or something like
Yeah.
that. My partner got me a cookbook that's like Persian, which is kind of part of my
Yes.
background, which I know a little bit, but it's kind of nice to have a guide.
Yes, definitely. It's nice to have people who know what they're doing to be able to guide you
Right.
to,
Yes,
whether it's a
exactly.
cookbook or in person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thank you again for speaking
You're
with me today.
welcome.
I really
Thank
appreciate
you.
that, because I'm wanting to bring this what we're doing here kind of out to the world, because yes, we have this physical building, but not everyone is in a building. It can make it out to a building, or they may be all across the world. But being able to kind of have this out there.
Well, thank you for
Yeah.
sharing all of this. It's really important that people know about programs like this.
I think so. And
I would
it's-
like to see this program in cities around the country. I think it's really good for our people, our young people, to have that.
Yeah, thank you for saying that.
You're welcome.
I agree.
Thank you so much
Of course.
All right. Happy Pride Month.
Yes, thank you so much. That was great. Thank y'all for being out there and chatting and everything. I'm having such a good, conversations out here with folks that sometimes I'm not able to read chat as well as I would like necessarily. But, it's a little bit of we're figuring it all out together here. So, super groovy mom. Love has no boundaries. I love what y'all are saying. ND represent neurodivergent. Yes, I played Larry in the Adventures of Captain Nito Man. And if you know the play, oh my goodness, I don't know that play, but I love that y'all are connecting with this theater aspect of everything. I love all the pronouns as sticks, so long as someone isn't trying to grab my butt. Oh my gosh, yes, consent is important. Youth, queer, neurodivergent royalty. Wow, 15. I'm so impressed with them. Their words were powerful, and what a supportive parent. Absolutely, Adrian Vixen. More good parents. Pockets of community. Shade Dragon, T. Anderson, let's move to Scotland. That sounds good. My partner wants to go to Scotland for Outlander. Accessible journalism. Thank you, Adrian Vixen. Thank you for putting it that way. Give and take. Yes, let's see if we can maybe talk to some more folks. Hey there.
Hello.
Would you want to talk to me on stream?
You know I always love talking to you.
Okay, just making sure. I just want to ask. Here, I'm going to adjust my shot here. I really like this table you have set up.
It has turned into a side task, but we have the wheel.
Let me get in camera here. What is this wheel, and what do we got here on the table?
So the wheel it's all of it's pictures, the little caption pictures of all of our plays for next season. And so the kids will spin the wheel, and whatever play they land on for next season, they have to guess the plot just based on the picture, and then they get a prize. I'll typically give a kid a prize, though. I don't want to be that person. I have a fun little Youth Fest pin. Would you like one?
I would love a Youth Fest pin. And actually, let me show this Youth Fest pin off to our people here. So I don't know if you can see that, folks, but we have a nice little Seattle Rep Youth Fest pin. It actually looks a lot like our graphic for this thumbnail.
I have a sticker for Lydia and the Troll, and I have this super cool holographic Youth Fest sticker, which I love.
That is really cool. I love holographic anything.
And then it turned into all of the kids are eating, they're socializing, they're getting rid of for PromaDrama. So I have been tasked with trying to make little from scratch corsages, just because I thought it would be a cute idea. So these aren't tying very well, so I'm stuck with trying to figure out how to tie, but I'm definitely making an effort.
Yeah, are you using some of the bracelet material from the table over there? Great.
So I'm using the string. I'm using little tiny beads to try to get the knots to stay, because the knots just won't stay. So it's a trial and error process.
It looks like you're doing a great
I'm
job.
getting
You're
there.
off to a
I
great
have
start.
one done.
And also, I haven't really said hi or anything to you. Could you introduce yourself, say your name and any pronouns you go by?
Yeah.
And it looks like you got a great
Yeah.
name tag there. Could you talk about maybe your role here?
Yeah. So I'm Bree. I use she, her pronouns, and I'm the youth engagement apprentice for the arts engagement office. I am only here for 30 more days, and then I leave. I move on to greener pastures. I've had a great time here, and this is just kind of my final pizzazz event. I'm so happy to be here this weekend. It's been great.
That is awesome. And I actually was really lucky enough to actually get to speak to you not too long ago at the PATP program. And this was something that I did take video of, but that we didn't live stream the way that we are doing right now. So could you maybe talk about a little bit about, you said you have 30 days here left. What were you here as part of? And can you talk about that program?
Yeah, of course. So I started in August. I was one of the earlier apprentices here, And I started off my season by writing our play guides that we send to fellow schools. We have student matinees. These are wonderful. These are morning performances that are just for our local Seattle schools or greater Seattle area schools. And this is an opportunity for students to come in and see the show without other audiences, just for a one-on-one opportunity. And most of the time, the actors will come out after the show and do a talk back with them, and they can ask questions, you know, trying to get into theater and just making sure the students know that theater isn't just what's on stage, it's also behind the scenes. It's being in the office, it's getting people involved, just making sure that they know that there's a home for them no matter where they want to be. And that was a great experience. So I wrote the play guides that go to the schools that come to see our show, just about the content, a little learning, you know, making sure that I'm following Washington State guidelines as best as I can, just because I don't want to give them bad content.
Right.
And I just help with various events. I'm still an intern, so I do a lot of the, Bree, will you go run around and grab this for us? And I will always say yes. I don't mind running around. I went and got all the pizzas today. It's a run around and fun thing. I got all the cupcakes, ordered the cupcakes for PromaDrama. I like being an intern. I don't mind. I love doing the running around.
Hell yeah. You're a badass, actually. That's awesome. Yeah, thank you for talking about that.
Of course.
Yeah, I think it's just really nice. Are you going to be here for PromaDrama? Are you going to be here tomorrow as well?
I'll be here both. I am here all night until we close down shop, and then I'll be here bright and early again tomorrow morning up until we close down shop tomorrow.
Wow, that's so cool.
Yeah.
Did you actually get to see any of the did you get to see the matinee performances?
For the student matinees, I do get to see the performances. For this, I have not been able to watch a show. I was up front checking people in, being the happy, warm, smiley face, getting everybody where they need to be.
Awesome. Well, yeah. How about the ones this evening or any of the others throughout the weekend?
Yeah, I'm definitely going to try to peek in and see the performances that I can, but still make sure I get everywhere where they need to be and, you know, doing the back end part that needs to be done, making sure the events run smoothly.
Yeah, that is so important. Thank you for speaking with us today. Thank you for being a part of the program, a part of Seattle Rep, and heading up all this. Sounds like you are making it all run smoothly.
I'm part of a big team. Nothing can be done alone. It takes teamwork.
Awesome. And is there any place that people could follow you if you would like them to?
Yeah, I'm on LinkedIn. That's the best place to catch me non-personally. You can find me, Brianna Olson. I post about my work and the things that I'm doing.
Awesome.
Thank
you so
you.
much.
It's good to see you.
Awesome. Good
Thank
to see
you.
too.
I didn't mean to castrate you. That wasn't the idea.
Actually, I'll take a look just a little bit here at the sign. Because this shows off some of the shows from this season, and I was wondering why they didn't have their text on them. But that's because they're having the youth guess as to what that the plot line of that is. I actually really love that idea. How about y'all? All right, let me go ahead and pan up a bit more here. Let me check in on our chatters. Hey, this makes my heart happy. Such positivity, Persephone says. Thank you. Welcome in. How are you? We got some spinning of the wheel going on right now. Maybe.
No. It doesn't stop spinning.
Let's see. Who's my next subject? Yeah, we will neither confirm nor deny anyone's identity here. I actually see someone over wearing a Why We sweater, so I'm actually kind of wondering if I might be able to snag an interview with them.
A general idea. And so, like, women or men.
Hey there. Oh, no, you're fine. It could be. It's going to be edited later. Oh, I have. I mean, I don't know. Who knows?
Are we live streaming?
We are. And I was just going to come over because I saw your Why We sweater, and I was going to see if you might like to talk to me on cam for a little bit.
Yes, I must know. Surely,
We can also go and like stand in a place where it's not as in the traffic, right in the middle of things. Here, let's do this. Thank you for joining us and hanging out and just talking for a second. Could you introduce yourself and any pronouns that you use?
Yeah, my name is Kelly Powers. I use she, her pronouns.
Thank you so much. And I saw your Why We sweater, and so I was like, oh, maybe this is definitely someone I need to go speak to. Are you a leader in the program, or hi? Would you like to speak with us? I'd love to. Not at all. Please interrupt. We're actually live streaming right now. We're on YouTube, on the Seattle Reps YouTube channel, and we're kind of trying to bring YouthFest out to the world, right? And just letting people know what we're doing, what all these programs are. So we just basically have ended the matinee block just a little while ago. It's actually been about an hour and a half now or more. But and Why We was the last group, right, to go on as part of that?
Yep. Yeah. So I was a mentor for the Why We Speak program, which was our theater program. Andy was a mentee in that program. And yeah, we just spent the last, how long was it? 8 months? Yeah. 8 months learning about theater, kind of practicing different like theater games and kind of trying to get into the mindset of acting and like staging and things, and then they wrote their own plays and wrote their own monologues and then performed them today, and it was a really big moment. It was super exciting. Yeah.
That's fantastic. So did you perform today, or you said you were a mentor? So.
Yeah, so I mostly just helped them and then directed Reflections, which was the second play, and then supported the first one, which was Dead Flowers. Yeah.
Great. So there was two plays as part of the Why We section, and then there was several monologues. Is that right?
I think we had 6 monologues. Yeah.
Wonderful.
Yeah. It was really cool to watch the process of them creating and developing these plays, and a lot of heart went into all of them, and it was really exciting to see it come to the big stage at Seattle Rep, which was, I mean, you could talk about that experience.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I participated in the first Why We Speak after COVID a year ago or something.
Yeah.
And so we weren't able to perform anything because it was kind of a trial to get the program back up. But I joined again this year, and I did get an opportunity to perform today, which was super full circle moment, very cool. Yeah, I don't know. I think it was kind of, my school experience never had clubs or anything that was for theater or anything like that. So it was the first time that I ever got the opportunity to do something like this, and it was through Why We. So it was super cool to get the chance to build those bonds with people and do the whole theater thing and write our own stuff and perform and just start something from the very beginning with new people and then just come to this point is amazing.
Andy also jumped in as a main character.
I did.
For the second play the day before on Thursday. Jumped in because we had a dropout. Dropout sounds really bad. No. She ended up not being able to come, but so a pretty main character, and Andy filled in for the second show. So yeah.
So you weren't necessarily an understudy, but you kind of acted like you stepped into that role.
Yeah. For sure.
That is actually super important because actually I think it was this Friday. I think we had an understudy go on for Lydia in the Troll.
Oh,
so that is really important. So could you talk a little bit more about what you developed? Was it one part of the? Did you write a monologue, or were you part of the other 2 plays?
Yeah, so I was initially a part of Dead Flowers, and I wrote my own monologue, which I was set to perform pretty much from the beginning, I think. But yeah, I was there during some of the writing process for Dead Flowers, and that's where I chose to be casted as Maya, which is the friend who gets hit by a car and dies. But yeah,
Wow, that's some heavy content, actually.
It was pretty heavy. I think we kind of we were kind of tackling a lot of grief and moving on and a lot of isolation, but dealing with that in like a healthy way and seeking family, like found family versus, direct, immediate biological family, stuff like that. And just letting go and processing and just growing as a person. So I think that's what we aimed to tackle in that for sure. It was really cool to play a part in that. But yeah, the day before, the day we had to rehearse, I got called to be part of Reflections as Longing, which is a role that is like kind of the past of our main characters. Or no, not the past, sorry, the present of the main characters.
Okay.
So it's like the main characters had a very close bond and then had a falling out. So I have to reflect that in my acting with my co-star Zeba. But yeah, I think it was a really cool experience. I think I could kind of feel the energy from being in so many rehearsals with the other people that it was pretty easy to just pick it up the day before. So.
Did not look like you stepped into the role the day before. Let's just put it that way, for real.
Sounds like you did a really good job. Unfortunately, I was not able to be there for the actual performance itself, but we were kind of like capturing the energy of this time. And could you talk a little bit more about your monologue? And did you perform this on your own? And what was that like? And since we didn't get to actually go into the content too much, did you want to share anything about that piece?
Sure. Yeah. So my monologue is actually a piece that I wrote in the first Why We Speak that I was a part of. So,
I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
That's
so
cool.
I wrote that last year and decided to reuse it for when we were told that we were going to perform on stage. Just because I felt like I kind of owed it to myself because it was the first piece that I really wrote that I allowed myself to like feel and speak about things that I just really didn't get a chance to when I was experiencing that.
Yeah.
So my monologue was called I Wish You Would Have Listened to Me, and it was a monologue about being in high school and having like prejudiced teachers that thought it was funny to just mess with us and like because of our race or because of I was speaking Spanish with my other Spanish speaking friends in class. And
Wow.
yeah, so so I just wrote about that, and it just so happens that my history teacher was like, he thought he was very well versed in like Hispanic culture and everything because he went on a trip one time, and so he was and so he would just try to speak to us in Spanish or like try to do like things that he thought were funny, and I was like, that's really not funny and I'm going to kill you. But it's
Not going to kill you, but
He's just like way out of context. Or like,
just like really out of pocket for a teacher, like not appropriate for sure.
Yeah.
And so harbored a lot of bad feelings, and it sucks because he's in control of my grade, he's in control of my future essentially. So having to play nice with him while he's really offending me and I can't like say anything, and when I speak to my friends or my parents or any other administrators about it, they don't see it as a problem, they just see it as like a unfortunate situation. So it was kind of like airing out my grievances. I framed it in like a anonymous phone line. So I like walked on with like a phone ringing sound, and then I just sat down and like aired everything out, and then I was just like, you know what, maybe I'm overreacting, like I'm sure no one's listening anyways, and then like hung up and walked off. So it was very like, I felt it was like powerful for me to say it out loud and still like acknowledge to my past self that I wasn't listened to, but now I can say that to all these people in this audience and be like, I know I'm being listened to. It's kind of like it's like a weird give and take and like a bittersweet moment, I guess.
Yeah, it's a little bit maybe like, I don't know, this is probably not the exact right way use of the term. It's like dramatic irony in a way of like the person on stage doesn't necessarily perceive that they're being listened to, but they are by this audience and stuff. And I just like the way you described it sounded like that was a very personal experience and also kind of difficult experience because this person held institutional power over you. You're starting to get your education, and you're also trying to navigate these very like interesting waters. But then it also sounds like you took that experience and you turned that into something very creative. And like when you said that you put that into the format of a phone call, like a helpline, that is so creative. And that actually speaks to something of like, maybe when people don't feel like they can be heard, these are some of the things that they go and turn to so that they can have a semblance of that. And just being able to sometimes, even if it's just yelling into a hole in the ground and burying it, it's like, I got that out of my system. would that resonate with what that piece?
Yeah, I think definitely. Like, I think there's definitely two sides to it because on the one hand, it is like there's always like a helpline. There's always somebody willing to listen, even if they don't see your point. Or you could just talk to a stuffed animal. You can talk to anyone, right? Just air it out. But on the other hand, I have attempted to use helplines before and been literally put on hold for hours. And I'm like, the whole point is to have that access to somebody, right? So it's like it was kind of a double piece of like, helplines are there, but like with the ending line of like no one's listening anyways, it's like there's nobody really there. Like there's no guarantee that you'll be heard or listened to. So.
Yeah, that's a very, very interesting and poignant juxtaposition. Actually, I think it really speaks to like that not only the people in our lives need to be there for us to listen and institutions, but also these things that are supposed to be kind of like a lifeline or a last resort, but then sometimes those aren't even there. So thank you all so much. Is there any thing that you'd like to share about either the matinee portion or what you're going to be doing this evening for PromaDrama, if that's going to be part of your plans, or are you going to be here tomorrow? And if not any of that, how can we follow you and what you may be doing in the future?
Yeah. Well, do you want to talk about PromaDrama?
I don't know. I'll be staying for PromaDrama. I'm very excited. A lot of the YW people are also staying, so it's going to be really cool. This is all very new to me, so I'm very excited to be here. I don't know. I'm just excited to continue to see like how YW grows in the sense of like being able to continue to do speak here at Seattle Rep and everything. Even if it's not like immediately next year. But,
We'll figure it out.
But definitely. I don't know. I love YW. This opportunity was amazing, and Seattle Rep hosting us is amazing. So such a like amazing opportunity. Very like once in a lifetime type of thing.
Yeah, thank you for saying that. Was your experience of performing on the Bagley Wright stage, was that positive for you?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely would have loved like some more practice for sure. I think we scheduled it a little bit, but it was good. I think learning to communicate with like tech and backstage stuff and everyone working with props is like it's a process. So having only one day to rehearse with them was a bit of a struggle, but I think definitely. They were amazing in supplying us what we needed, especially some stuff that we needed to move around or change short notice. Super, super supportive, very nice people. Everyone is so nice. So, yeah.
Yeah, it seems like I'm not as familiar with it, but it seems like tech always seems to be somewhat of a stressful process for sure. Yeah. But I'm so glad that you were able to be here and be a part of this. And thank you so much for stepping on the live stream and speaking with us today. Is there anything that you'd like to promote or anything that people could follow you at?
YW
on Instagram.
You can follow Young Women Empowered on Instagram.
Is it all spelled out one word?
Yes.
All
No
Young
spaces.
Women Empowered?
Young
Okay.
Women Empowered.
There you go.
And we also have summer camps that we're really excited about. We're also a nonprofit, so we always need funding. All of our programs are free for youth, and we also try to pay equity stipends for all of our facilitators and mentors, as well as provide transportation for any youth that need it. So it's a really robust program, and I've been with YW for 4 years now, I think. 4 years, and it's just one of the most amazing communities I've been a part of. It's like what we get to do with youth and what we get to create and create together is really special. So
we have a fundraiser coming up.
YW Shine.
YW Shine.
June 18th?
I think.
Yeah, June 18th.
It's on our website.
It's on our website. I think it's June 18th. But yes, we have YW Shine, which is a really big fundraiser for us.
It's a lovely event.
Yeah, it's good, feels good vibes all around.
That's awesome. And I believe contributions to a 501c3 nonprofit are tax deductible.
Oh, yes.
So
Yes, they are.
just a little reminder about that.
Yep.
Follow Young Women Empowered on Instagram. And I was going to ask you one more thing. It seems like too, there's like so many aspects of the YW program. I didn't realize, I just barely scratched the surface, but it seems like there's YW Grow and Speak and writing and like all these different things. You said you've been with the program for 4 years. What would you say, again, maybe just describing it and letting people know what the importance of the program is and what your experience of that it has been, and mentoring youth, and why you feel like that's been important to remain a part of.
Yeah, great question. So YWE has a ton of programs. We go from like STEM type education. We have a coding program, Grow program. We have Nature Connections. Andy was a part of my Nature Connections program, where we did extreme paddleboarding. No, it was really, really fun. I think one of the biggest benefits of YWE is the connection that we get to have with youth, and how it really matters that we all show up for each other, not just like mentors showing up for youth, because that's not really our mentality. It's more like we are all teaching each other, and I have learned just as much from the many youth that I've been able to mentor as I think they have learned from me. But yeah, I think like that is really the cornerstone of like what makes YWE so powerful, is that everyone who's a part of it is very committed, committed to our community, committed to always striving to do better for each other. And we are a restorative justice space, and I think that like we've all really felt the power of that space. I know that like I started my own business because I got the confidence from YWE to like step into my own, and be the person that I think I am today.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, I think, yeah. We just have so
Something
many
for
programs, so
everyone.
many things. Yeah, and
I've been using this phrase a lot, but intergenerational mentorship.
Oh, yes.
And I like that you said that everyone gets something out of that situation, and being inspired, and being in comfort, and starting your own business. That's huge.
Yeah.
Could you promote that business? Tell us what your business is.
Sure. My business is called Powers Outdoors. I'm an outdoor guide. I guide a ton of things. I guide skiing and snowboarding in the winter, and then paddleboarding, camping, mountain biking in the summer. So
That's fantastic. And hey, look, we've got an outdoors person and someone who's in the theater. So these things don't have to be mutually exclusive or anything like that. Well, thank you both so much for speaking with me today. I really appreciate your time.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah,
Appreciate what you're doing.
of course.
And supporting Seattle Rep in this way.
Yeah, and you can please do check out the video later, and we're gonna have that out there. You can share it with your friends.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Yeah, of course. Thank you. All right, folks. That was fun. That was a great conversation. We're here at the 2-hour mark for the stream. Looks like a couple of people had to say goodbye, but I still see that we have, several people still here. So I hope that y'all are still enjoying the stream. I hope you're enjoying the conversations we've been having and talking about these different programs and their importance in the community, smaller and greater, and things like that. What do y'all think, folks? Are you inspired to go to local theater near you? All right. So, I think we might wander around just a little bit more. I might actually even go outside because there are some food trucks that are around this area, which is kind of awesome too. There are also local food trucks, which is pretty fantastic. What do y'all think? You making a bracelet over here?
Yes.
Oh, that looks
I'm
great.
I'm running a station for the youth to start figuring out how to put together a resume.
Oh, wonderful. Would you mind if I talk to you about that actually? Okay, thank you. I'm sorry. I'm just sort of like invading your space over here. Yes, please. Hi, everybody. So, hello. Let me get this. So let's see. Food trucks are good. So we'll visit the food trucks after this. But y'all, I am here with someone who is doing a really important service, resume building and resume reviews. So let's read these comments and then get to this guest. I love the theater, honestly, Persephone says. I just don't have much opportunity here. I understand that for sure. Well, this is kind of like why I'm doing this kind of a thing, to try to bring the theater a little bit more out to the public, and kind of do those opportunities. Shade Dragon says, I'm a homebody. I can definitely be myself as well. So let's go ahead and check in with our new friend here, and who is working also. Let me, if I can maybe pan down on this little project. I actually love this because it's Pride Month, everyone.
I'm making pride bracelets for my daughters.
Yes. And it's also Youth Fest. So can you introduce yourself with your name, any pronouns that you use, and what you said you're running a workshop? Can you just, all that.
Hi, I'm Jessica. I use she, her pronouns. And what we're doing here is we have a lot of youth here, and we're working with them on how to create their first resumes, especially knowing that an acting resume specifically has a really different format than a corporate resume.
I didn't even
or
think
anything like
about that.
It is so true. And so I brought some samples from some local luminaries like
great.
Jen Hammond and Pilar O'Connell and Christy Cruz, and you can so you can see how they've formatted their resume. But you'll see that there aren't things like objective on here. There's no like narrative section. It's just a really quick list of the work that you've done.
Great. Actually, let's
and
show a
things that you
couple
need
of
to
these
know.
off
Yeah.
a little bit.
Jin's is beautiful, so let's look at that. But it really, like hers highlights
Maybe if I hold it over here.
the amount of work that she's done internationally, and also locally, but also as a writer and as a director. So she's found a way to show off all of that work on one page.
Yeah.
In a way that's really easily digestible for people who might be interested in hiring her. And there are lots of different ways to do it. And so we're working with people on figuring out what's the way for them. Like what's the right way for them.
Now,
as they
and
head out
is
into
that
job searching.
yeah. Is that do you have a way that you generally steer people, or is it really individually based, or do you have like maybe for someone who's more into writing, do you have a somewhat of a format, or do you have someone who's there more acting or on the technical side? Do you
Yeah.
have certain formats for them, or
We're pretty focused on performers, but you can kind of take this idea and just know like what's essential, and then take those essentials and reformat however you need to. Like we're looking at, we need your name, we need how to contact you, we need to know some basic details about you, which one of the things I'm nerding out about is how I'm like, it used to be that it was really required to put your weight on your resume. You need to put your eye color, your hair color, and your weight if you were going to be a performer. And there's now this movement toward being like, why do we need that?
Right.
And so we'll put our heights, but we're not talking like, we don't need to put our weight on our resume, and so we're not going to have that. We will have union affiliation, and then some really quick credits, right? Like things I've done on stage, things I've done on film, where I got my training, and then my favorite section, which is a special skills section, which is where you can put that you're like a pogo champion, that you're an equestrian, that you've played guitar for 15 years. Like that's where we really get to find out about who you are in a quick, digestible way. And you can do that as a writer, right? Like you can have those sort of credits as a writer, as a technical theater professional, you can do that as well. But for an actor, like this is the format that we want to see, and you can make it fancier, but we still, like you'll see in all of these, it is that list format that we're seeing no matter what. So we're talking through doing that with it. Yes.
Yeah. Have you had many people engaging with you with
Only
these services
a few so
today?
far, but I'm hoping that when we get closer to the evening performance, we'll have more traffic, and tomorrow as well. So that'll be fun to do too.
So you're going to be here throughout the day today and fully tomorrow as well?
Yeah, I might have a different job tomorrow.
That's
but
great.
We'll be excited to work with the kids no matter what.
Well, that is a really big service. Even, myself, when I'm, but if I've been between a job and things like that, it's not necessarily easy to go back and go with your resume and to even just edit one you already have. And,
It is tough.
Yeah.
Like looking through all of these, I was like, I need to give my resume another look and like figure out how I need to maybe reformat it, what credits I need to take off or re-highlight, maybe add some color. Like it's really, there's so many different ways to do it that,
we're in kind of a multimedia world, and so a splash of color, a photograph, or a color photograph, or
website on there. Like it's because everybody's got a
formatting.
website now, or like some sort of digital presence.
Right.
Like something that lets people know how to find you.
Yeah, it's kind of, and especially with even just like the late, technological advances and cultural and technological advances and just changes, not even advances, but just changes and shifts in the way things use and the culture, like you said, of like maybe sharing certain things aren't so great to do. And
Another shift that's happening is that you used to really want to show that you were a one-trick pony, right? Like, I am an actor and I'm serious about being an actor, and so here are all my acting credits. Whereas now I think employers get more interested in knowing the full you. So like if you also write, if you also direct, if you also like build bridges, it's an interesting thing to know. And so there are ways to put that on your resume now, in a way that might not have been encouraged before. Like now casting directors will look at that and be like, oh, your writer's eye might be a wonderful thing to have in this process, even if we're hiring you as an actor. Like knowing you have that soul inside of you is not something we want to hide anymore. So yeah, that's cool.
That's
We're moving to a
fantastic.
better place.
Yeah, and you mentioned things like if you were a construction worker, if you can play guitar, these things could also inform your acting if you're an actor or any of the other numbers of things that you do. So it just kind of makes you a more well-rounded individual.
Absolutely. Yes.
Awesome.
Yeah. So it's fun to talk to them about like those moments of realization where they'll be like, oh right, I don't have nothing to put down. Like, I am a human. I'm a human with interests and with abilities and skills. And okay, so I've done like 2 high school productions, but you can put that down. But then, especially as a beginning performer, we get to hear about all the other cool stuff about you as well, and that can really help inform what you're bringing into the audition room.
Yeah, it almost seems like sometimes if someone puts you on the spot and just asks you, like, what have you done? Then you're kind of like, ooh, I don't know. But then if you start to sit down and write it down and talk through it, then you're surprised. I did this and this and that. And then I think that probably builds a lot of like confidence and things like that
I
too.
hope so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for speaking with us. Is resume building and these kinds of services something that you provide in your general life, or is this something you're doing mainly for?
If I'm advising youth, like I work with youth of all ages, and so if I'm advising somebody who's looking to join, to step out professionally, then yeah, but it's not like something I advertise. But I'm happy to help. Yeah.
Well, yeah, thank you so much for that. And is there anything, any way that people out there might want to follow you or that you might want to promote here?
Oh my gosh. I don't know. I mean, I have a website, jessicaavalone.com. It's super outdated. Now I will update it. I'll update it by the time somebody goes there. But yeah, I think I'm looking at a summer of lots of teaching, which I'm psyched about.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for speaking with us and sharing. And thank you for doing this for our youth, because I'm really just excited about this event and that all these services are available and that they're being empowered and put on stage. And unfortunately, wasn't able to see the performances, but it sounds like they were really powerful, and just even getting to speak with a few people about what the work was about, it sounds like this is an amazing opportunity for these youth.
So powerful. Yeah, I'm really psyched for that.
And it's good for the rest of the community too.
Yes.
All right. Thank you so much
Thanks
again.
for stopping
And I
by.
love your glasses and your outfit, by the way, too.
Here we are.
All right, y'all. We're going to go visit these fun food trucks downstairs. Hope y'all are still enjoying and still watching the stream with us. I'm just going to do a couple of quick adjustments here. Oh, let's see. For some reason, I keep missing all the chat. But thank y'all for chatting. Let's see. I'm a homebody. Resumes are important. Shade Dragon says, absolutely. I love the thumbs up, T. Anderson. When building a resume for a specific job, find the job description listed, then pick 3 main verbs and incorporate them into your experience. Helps with getting the algorithm to let you talk. That is a really smart tip, especially for these days, to an actual human. Let's see. Eyes color is malleable with contacts. hair color has wigs and dye, plus all these things are visible if you look at headshots. That's true, Shade Dragon. That's a great point. No point in including these things in a resume. Yes, and things like someone's weight could subject them to different forms of discrimination or things like that. So there's really a lot to think about with that. And it's interesting to see what the evolution of that is. All right, folks, let's go ahead and go downstairs and see if we can check out these food trucks outside. I'm a little hungry, so I don't know if I'll actually eat on camera, but let's go just see what they have for us available. Thank you everybody for being out there. It's nice to have company in the stream. It's nice to have folks watching and chatting and asking questions and all that good stuff. All right. In acting, it's customary to include headshots. Putting this stuff in a resume is silly. I agree. Hi there. Would you possibly want to speak with us on live stream? Well, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, we're kind of going around. We're live streaming today on our Seattle Rep YouTube channel to try to, kind of promote Youth Fest, tell people what's going on. Could you introduce yourself and any pronouns you'd like to use and your role here and how you're helping out with Youth Fest?
Sure. My name is Shanti Singleton. I'm an usher here. My pronouns are she, her, they, them. I'm happy with any combination. And, my primary role as an usher is to make sure that people know where things are. And also, if anybody has an issue, like, if they have an injury or if they have a seating issue or something like that, to really help smooth things out, make sure that everybody's having a good time at the theater. And if it's not something that I can handle at my level, to make sure that they know who the right person is that can help fix their problem. And one of my favorite things about it all is getting to talk to the people that are here for various shows. I have learned the most interesting things getting to talk to patrons who have memories of the time periods of our shows or life experiences that resonate strongly. Fabulous conversations, and I love it.
That's wonderful. Thank you so much for sharing that. Yeah, I just being able to be guided to your seat. It's not just always a very straightforward section. There's so many different sections and ramps and
multiple theaters and where is the restroom? Is a very common question. You start recognizing the look on people's faces as they come out of the theater, and you're just like, you went down there.
That's awesome. I love it. You're anticipating people's needs.
We all try.
And what's been your experience of Youth Fest so far? And have you gotten to actually see the performances that were during here at the matinee today?
I did not get to see the matinee ones, although I listened in from the overhead speakers.
Oh, great.
And I do get to, which is fantastic. I'm excited about that. And I've been really enjoying how much fun the audience has been having. Like, when a piece is done, the just cheers and applause is exuberant and wonderful.
Oh, that's so good.
And I got to wander upstairs and see some of the in-between events, and it looked like a lot of fun. I love seeing the youth engagement. It's really nice.
Absolutely, I agree. I was not able to see the performances, but just from what I heard about them, it sounds like they were really powerful. And we just came from upstairs to visit a lot of the activities. I did not even know there was a musical tonight. What musical is happening?
One moment. I can't remember the name of it exactly. It is.
We've got a program. I should have grabbed one of those.
I have a program here.
See, this is what ushers do for us folks. They give us programs so we are informed.
It is called Don't Bother Me, I Can't Cope, a musical by Mickey Grant, which was a Tony nominee and I think it came out a number of years ago. I haven't seen it yet, so this will be my first experience with it, and the kids so far seem amazing, so I'm really looking forward to seeing how they do with it.
That's fantastic. And are you going to be here throughout the Youth Fest for tomorrow as well?
I will be in the building tomorrow, but I'm actually going to be here to see Lydia and the Troll.
Fantastic. I get to see that on June 9th, so I'm really excited about it.
Everything I've heard is that it's really awesome, and probably something else, like a little dark, but if you're old enough to appreciate dark, I think it's something that a lot of the youth here would probably also enjoy.
Absolutely. I also love that it's a little bit of local lore, the Fremont Troll.
Seattle-based fairy tale in the old school style of fairy tales, not the Disney style.
Right. Well, is there anything else that you might like for us to know about either yourself? Can we follow you anywhere? Or if there's anything you'd like to promote, we'd love to know that.
Well, I am also a musician. I've got music up on Bandcamp under Lenan Shi, which is Gaelic. It sounds exactly like it's spelled, but for those who don't speak Gaelic, it's Leannansidhe. And it means fairy beloved or fairy sweetheart. And it's a specific type of fairy in Gaelic folklore.
Thank you so much for sharing that. And one thing I love that is just there's so much talent in the building. And thank you for being here. Thank you for promoting and helping with our youth and everything and Youth Fest. So thanks for speaking with us too. It can be, not everyone is always comfortable being on camera. So thank you for talking with us.
Of course. And thank you for giving me the opportunity.
No problem. All right, let's read some comments here, folks. We got a Shade Dragon says, T. Anderson, because often directors are looking for a certain look or expression or body language. If this isn't important as part of most jobs, true, as a part of acting it is. And most of the time, unless you're going to audition, it's not going to be handed to a person. Yeah, there's a whole process. Yes, thank you for chatting, y'all. I appreciate y'all talking with us. Let's see, should we try to chat with more folks, or should we go out to see the trucks? Let's go outside for a little while. I think that'll be fun. Thanks for joining me, everybody. I know this has been kind of a long stream, and weren't necessarily able to get stream the performances themselves, but I really appreciate y'all hanging out and just kind of listening to what some of the parents of these youth had to say, and what the youth themselves had to say, some of the program directors. I learned some things that I did not know about Why We, for instance. I'm definitely going to follow Why We when I get home and when I'm not live streaming on my phone. But I just kind of I did this at the beginning of the stream, but I was just going to show off a few things. This was our 2022-23 season, starting with Where We Belong and What the Constitution Means to Me. Those are both one-women shows. They were pretty amazing. And actually, What the Constitution Means to Me, they gave out pocket constitutions to everybody in the audience. So now I have 2 pocket constitutions at home. And if anybody wants one, I can probably send you one too. We've got Mr. Dickens and His Carol, which was a tale that was based on kind of like how Charles Dickens started to write A Christmas Carol. This other show here, I Am Not Your Perfect Mexican Daughter, was based off of a book and made into a play. And it was amazing show. It was really a lot to it. I actually bought a costume piece from the show, and it's going to be made into a movie not too far from now. Metamorphoses. This was a kind of a classic Greek play, and that was really well done. Between Two Knees, that was a wonderful one as well. That was by a group called the 1491s, and they actually do they're really well known on, they have I think it's on HBO Max. It's called Reservation Dogs, kind of like Reservoir Dogs, but Reservation Dogs. And they put this production, Between Two Knees, full premiere of a musical, up on stage at the Bagley Wright, and it was amazing. This piece just closed. This was How I Learned What I Learned. This was August Wilson, and actually it was Stephen Anthony Jones played August Wilson, but this story is an autobiographical story. It was actually performed 20 years ago, and so this was kind of an anniversary show of that, and that was a one-man show. It was written and performed by August Wilson originally, and if you don't know about August Wilson is famous for the Century Cycle, a series of 10 plays throughout, I believe, the 19th century. I always get those mixed up, but of different Black experiences and everything. Several of them, like Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, and went to film. And we have finally Lydia and the Troll that's on stage now. It's been extended throughout the I think through June 11th now. So there's still time to get tickets for that. And of course, there's still time to visit YouthFest. So yeah, I'm here just in the afternoon, but there is a whole lot of other performances this evening. There's still time to get tickets for those if you're local. And then we've also got here our theater at the heart of public life. And that's also kind of what I was trying to do with our live stream today, is bring our lovely theater to the public by live streaming it. And this video is going to be available later, and we're probably going to do some fun editing and you know, let people know what the rep is doing. Now, I want to go over here too, around the corner. It's quite sunny, but let's see if we can visit and maybe talk to our food truck. Hi there. How you doing? I'm good. All right. Would you mind if I spoke to you a little bit on live stream for a second?
I'm not really I don't like being on video.
I completely understand. That's fine.
I'm kind of insecure that way.
I get you. Well, I respect that way. I'm glad I asked that. Well, maybe do you mind if I kind of video your menu here and just kind of like talk about y'all's being here?
Sure.
Thank you.
Yeah, go for it.
All right, folks. Well, we've got the Cheese Pit out here providing some of our food, some grilled cheese sandwiches. You know, we had some snacks inside, but it's kind of nice to have a little bit of nice to have a little bit of extra substance. Now, one of our chatters just said they just got your graphic. They said, lol, their graphic is a play on Social Distortion, an old local punk band. We got a confirmation of that. That's awesome. I'm so glad that you recognize that. In SoCal, it's a local band, I think. Yes. Awesome. Good eye, Shade Dragon. Well, if y'all are in this area, check out the Cheese Pit. Grilled cheese.
TheCheesePit.com.
TheCheesePit.com. Yeah, thank you.
That's our schedule. We
Yeah, you don't have to be on camera, but can you say that again?
TheCheesePit.com has our sub sandwiches as well, called UW subs and bitchin' burritos on top of the cheese.
That's it. I have. I actually worked in a commercial kitchen, but for a catering company. But this was pandemic, and
Right.
so a lot of
a
the
big thing since the pandemic.
that makes a lot of
Yeah.
sense. That makes a lot of sense.
So
Well,
they're
I'll have
popping up all over the place now because people are ordering online a lot more these days. Yeah.
that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for your time. Thank you for sharing with us, and I hope that you get a lot of good visitors.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
And we'll check you out online too.
All right. Sounds good. Thanks.
Thank you. All right, y'all. Now we're just kind of in the parking lot. So I think we'll circle around and maybe wrap up our stream before too long. I think we were going to go to like 6 o'clock. We've got 30 minutes. We might be able to snag some more interviews and things like that. But yeah, thank you everybody for hanging out. Oh, it's kicking this thing. I love that you recognize that logo though, Shade Dragon. Who doesn't love cheese? Well, yeah, some might, but I'll eat or even make a pretty good vegan or vegetarian meat, but cheese is irreplaceable, says Shade Dragon. Oh my goodness, thank you. Thank you for sharing, y'all. All right, let's kind of stroll back around here. One thing I really like about the Seattle Rep facility actually is that we're right here in Seattle Center. Check this out. Do you recognize that landmark, folks? That's the Space Needle. And this is actually a really nice garden that's right outside. This is a really cool, has like a really interesting multi-tiered drainage system, and it has different local plants and all kinds of wonderful foliage, and it's really kind of like works with the what am I trying to say? It works with the terrain, not against it. I like the exterior of this building too. And see those neon lights up there? They are going to be restored before too long. All right, let's go back inside. And if we can't find anybody else to speak with us about their experiences, then maybe we will finish up. But yeah, we're going to go on for a little bit longer here. Hey, Speckles, welcome in. Thank you for being here. Thank you for those hearts. Oh my goodness, it's the Space Needle. I thought it was just a donut stand or billboard or something. Yes, I just noticed your DM on Discord, and thank you. Of course, of course. Hey, thanks for waving.
Yeah.
Would y'all like to talk to us actually on stream?
Sure.
Okay.
I love to ask permission, but actually, let
Oh, I
me.
love your little mic.
Yeah, that's
Thank
awesome.
you. You know, it's funny, and I was just telling our viewers about this earlier, but I learned this little trick from GZ Radio, which I think is going to be on in here tomorrow. But let me actually do a little thing here. Hand down. And thank you for being willing to talk to us.
No problem.
And if I can, just come and sit next to you.
Sure.
Yes. Good. Going good. We have one performer that doesn't have a badge because we ran out of badges.
This is nice. We got a seat.
But otherwise,
go.
things
Look
are
at
going
this.
well.
Welcome to the check-in table.
Love the
Yes. The almighty check-in table.
Yes, welcome to the check-in. Hey people, we got some chatters saying hello. So, hi, would you be able to like introduce yourselves and maybe share any pronouns you use, and what is your role here at Youth Fest, and did you get to see any of the performances? But I'll just start off with the simple stuff.
Yeah, sure. You want to kick off? I can go. Okay.
Hi, I'm Wanda, she, her, hers. My role here is the check-in table, pump people up, hype people up to get them excited for the performances. Get them all set up.
Thank you.
Awesome.
yourself?
I'm Eric. He his. Same thing. I'm at the check-in table, volunteering, helping people get really pumped. Got to make sure to give them the swag bag. Can't forget to leave with the swag bag. So
For the
that's what I'm here
performers.
for the performers. That's right.
I actually didn't see that there was any swag bags. What's in the swag bags? And they're for the performers, you said, right?
That is a great question. I actually
Unboxing video.
Yes, unboxing video.
Let's
Yeah,
see.
that's right.
I see one.
Here is one of the swag bags. To start, we've got a very fancy bottle of Kirkland water. Gotta have that.
Gotta hydrate.
Always dehydrate. We got a program guide over here.
Program guide. Can't forget this amazing laptop sticker for Lydia and the Troll.
Ooh, we got
And
lots
then
of goodies in here.
A lot of these yummy goodies and snacks to finish things off. Some Pringles, some Welch's, and some Rice Krispies. Yeah. There you go.
And the drawstring bag, of course.
And the drawstring bag, of
course. You
Definitely.
can wear like a backpack. That's awesome. Stickers are my fave, Speckles says. Let's see. Glow sticks, yes.
Come out.
And did y'all get to see any of the performances for this matinee?
Not yet,
Not yet.
but we're super pumped.
Yep, not yet.
Awesome. Are you going to be able to get to see either tonight's performances or tomorrow's?
Tonight's?
I think, yeah, it'll be tonight.
Wonderful. And I think I was told that there is a musical, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yep.
Got a sneak peek premiere.
Yeah, it's gonna be great.
Yes, at
So,
6 o'clock. It starts at 6. House opens at 5:30. Starts at 6, ends at 7:30. And the show is called Don't Bother Me, I Can't Cope.
That's a great title, actually.
It really is.
Unfortunately, I wish I could stick around for him. I'm like, I get to kind of talk to everybody between these little sections and stuff, and I'm missing all the great performances.
man.
But this is kind of an effort to bring the theater out to the public. This is on Seattle Rep's actual YouTube channel right now. We're live. We're just trying to let people know, that Youth Fest even exists, what it is. Have y'all ever participated or volunteered with Youth Fest
No,
before?
so we just moved here about a year ago. So this is our first time volunteering here, and
But won't
hopes
be
to
our
be the
last.
first of many. Yes,
How
exactly.
did you hear about the opportunity?
I'm with Google, and there's a lot of Googlers that are volunteering here. So we'd have a whole
wonderful.
event by Google to sponsor here and help here.
Thank you for doing that. I have a little tickle in my throat, actually. Sorry. Now, do y'all work on the campus that's like nearby here?
I do.
Okay.
I'm on campus. My
Wonderful.
+1 over here.
Yep.
Lovely. I walk past that building all the time, so that's the only reason why I ask. Well, thank you so much for speaking with us today. And are y'all also involved in other areas of the theater? Have you seen any shows here at Seattle Rep?
We have. We've been to one show over Christmas, and then trying to come to more, and just learned about. Gosh, I already forgot what it was called.
Public Works.
Public Works.
Oh,
to get more involved in the community theater as well.
Yeah, I'm actually love that. Something I've not been able to have the time to do, but something I want to do is the improv for wellness. Have you heard about that?
I just heard about that. Yep, just heard
MVP
about it.
over here.
Yeah.
Nice. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Well, thank you all so much for your time. I appreciate you speaking with us. And thank you for volunteering and doing this. I think it's really super important, not only for the rep, but for, of course, our youth. That's what this is for.
Exactly.
Awesome.
Thank you so much.
Awesome, of course. All right. Thanks for watching, everybody. Uh-oh. Let's come back around. Hey. All right, that was fun. And let me see what y'all said, if I missed any comments here. I love stickers too, by the way, Speckles. The tiny mic is so cute. Yes, stickers are my favorite. It's a very professional looking tiny mic. A YouTuber called Stefan Milo clips his to a spoon. Yeah, see, this isn't exactly a spoon. It's more like a little butter knife. But I was saying I learned that trick from GZ Radio. They put their microphone on a boba straw. And if you didn't hear us talking with the person from GZ Radio earlier, they are an amazing youth led and radio, but also media, kind of, which is amazing. It's kind of teaching these youth all these different skills. So I'm so glad that y'all have been hanging out today. Thank you for joining me. If there's any questions that you might have, let us know. Let's see. Thank you for showing me Seattle Rep. Of course, I miss the GZ radio. Well, one thing I like about this whole live stream thing is that that the video is up as a VOD later, so you're able to watch it all later and see what people had to say, which is pretty fun. So it actually seems like everybody, there's a lot going on here today. There's a lot of activity. I think what's happening is that folks are getting ready for the next block of performances, which is nice. It's only in about 20 more minutes here, so maybe we can talk to some more folks to talk to here in the last 20 minutes. Make the most of our time. Hey there.
Hi.
Would you want to talk to me on
Sure.
stream?
Why not?
By any chance?
What do you want to talk about?
Everything.
All the things.
Hey.
Hello.
Awesome. We've got another guest here.
Hello, Stream World.
Do you mind introducing yourself with your name, any pronouns you use?
Yeah, my name's Maddie, and I use he/him pronouns.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Can you describe what your role here at Seattle Rep is and what you've been doing as part of YouthFest?
I am the audience services manager. So what that means is I manage the ushers, house managers, concessions, and volunteer ushers for all of the Seattle Rep. And I've been helping gather some usher team to welcome our patrons into the house. And they are a great team of fabulous ushers. They've worked for us 20 plus years, 30 plus years, longer than that even.
Wow.
So we got some veterans in the house for our lovely Youth Fest.
That's fantastic. Yeah. I notice sometimes I see some of the same faces, and that's so wonderful. 20 and 30 years. That is a good history.
They're truly teaching me how to do my job. It's a time.
Yeah, I was gonna say that sounds like a lot to manage, all the things you just listed.
Yes, it is a lot. Luckily, I have an assistant manager coming this week, so there's help. But it's fun. I love it. I love being close to the work like this, and especially when the youth get to take the stage. We love new voices.
Speaking of that, did you get to see the matinee block of performances that happened today?
No, I had to run around and do a bunch of other silly little things, but I listened to a bunch of it. The audience seemed very engaged and excited, and I know that's always a fun time.
Nice. It's good to catch maybe the audio portion of that, at least, if not the whole thing.
I'm very grateful that my office has sound speakers from the Bagley into my office. It's pretty cool.
That is fantastic. And I think I heard a little bit of a similar feedback that there was a lot of exuberance, that there was a lot of like really loud, like raucous even applause for a lot of the for the performances, which is kind of interesting. I find sometimes us more elder adults feel less comfortable and like just showing that like really like enthusiastic celebration. So it's nice to have, I guess, that energy.
Yes, the students need it. We gotta have a lively audience, you know? It helps the vibe. It helps push it along.
And so, I noticed there was like a little buzz of activity. So we're just about 15 minutes away from the next block of performances, right?
We're very
so I kind of
close.
probably need to move my booty out
Get
of
on down to the rep.
Yes, y'all, there's still time. There's still time to purchase tickets for tonight's performances for Youth Fest. There's also a whole more day tomorrow. I'm not going to be streaming tomorrow for it, but there's a whole other day of activities and performances and things more like this. Did you want to share any more about what your experiences of what's been happening here today, or anything that you're looking forward to tonight? I hear there's a musical going on.
Ooh, musicals are always great. I'm looking forward to watching all the people have fun at Drama Prom. That will be fun, getting down and dancing.
Yes, that's going to be. I didn't really talk too much about that, but there is going to be. Yeah, you can't come out a heck of a commute for sure. Well, thank you for the sentiment. Thank you for wanting to be there, and that's exactly what stuff like this live stream is for people who can access virtually, but they might not be able to do so in person. So, thank you everybody for joining us. And I was going to ask you something else, but I think I forgot. But that's okay.
I'm here all night.
Yes, awesome. Well, I wish I could stay for the performances too. This seems like really an amazing event. It sounds like there's been a lot of feedback from the youth that they've been empowered. As also, we spoke to some parents too.
That's awesome.
Yeah. That's really, really great. So thank you for being here, and thank you for doing what you do, and for joining us on the live stream and talking with us
Hi,
about
live
what
friends.
you do for a while.
Come see us sometime. That's a lot of people. Wow.
Yeah, we
Love
got
it.
some people all throughout the day.
Cool.
Thank you so much
Thank
again,
you.
Maddie. All right, folks. Thanks again for listening. You may have even caught a little bunny rabbit jumping around outside there. Did you see that? Hey, thanks for your pride emotes as well, and for saying hi and staying active in chat. Super cool that you're doing stuff outside your regular Twitch stream. I have no clue how to stream on YouTube. I didn't either, but I'm learning. This is the second stream that we've done for YouTube on the Reps channel. The other one was the Queer and Courageous Stories of Existence and Resistance. That was the D.A. Navoti was the Native Artist in Residence. So you can actually go back and watch the VOD of that live stream to catch the whole thing. So yeah, buns. Can you hold on long enough to watch a little bit of the event, Vitingale? Unfortunately, not Speckles. So the reason why we're not able to stream the performances are content and copyright type of concerns, as well as, this is Youth Fest, and so I believe it's just kind of one of those types of things on what we can and can't live stream. So I'm a little bit limited to only streaming in the lobby and the various events and things like that. So just one of those things, but so that's kind of a little bit why we encourage people to come in person if they're able to make it, because then they are then able to make all of that, see all that wonderful content. So it looks like some folks are starting to file in, so I'm just taking a quick step back so that I'm not in the way. Yes. Exactly, Speckles. Thanks, Vitingale, for this. T. Anderson, thank you. Thank you for popping in. Thank you for sticking with me. I know this has been kind of a long stream, but I do appreciate it. People are happy. That's right. There's a lot of energy in the room. Even though it's not necessarily packed, there's a lot of creativity happening here. There's a lot of hands that go into this work. There's ushers, there's performers, there's writers, there's people with other professional skills, and VOD was only a Twitch thing. No, it's also on YouTube. If you want it to be, you can make it where you're not necessarily that whole time. You can make the VOD not available or available, but yeah, I believe it is a thing on YouTube. Yeah, same. I need to learn more as well. So, all right. Would you want to talk to us, maybe? That's completely fine, all right? No, yeah, of course. Pardon me, folks. Sorry to bother you. Would y'all be able to talk to me a little bit on stream? Only if you're comfortable. Please be willing to say no. Don't feel like it. I just saw your backpacks, and I know those are for performers, so I just wanted to talk. But
I'm Deanna's son, sorry.
oh, no problem. Thank you for pausing. Okay, y'all. A little awkward, but sometimes, if you don't ask, who knows? Yes. All right, folks. So I think I'll go ahead and I'm so respectful. I'll try to be. Actually, I think I might see one of our folks, and I really want to talk to this person because she's doing our takeover today. If you follow Seattle Rep on if you follow Seattle Rep on Instagram, you'll actually see someone doing our takeover. Would you like to talk with us today? If you are who I think you are, we haven't actually met in person.
I know.
Would
Vida?
you? Yes,
Yeah,
Layla,
yeah, nice
right?
to meet you, yeah.
Yeah, and I just saw you doing a video. Were you doing a TikTok takeover video?
For the Instagram takeover, yeah.
Fantastic, y'all. So go follow Seattle Rep on Instagram because you're going to see posts by this person over on our TikTok. I mean, not TikTok, on our Instagram. Yeah. And could you introduce yourself, any pronouns that you use, and could you talk also about what you're doing with the takeover, and also can you tell us a little bit about YouthFest, because I believe you're kind of one of the leaders of this, aren't you?
So I'm Layla Neidlinger. I'm in State of the Students, which happened earlier today. I'm also putting together PromaDrama, and yeah, I don't know, I'm really excited. So PromaDrama is happening at 7:30, and we have really fun things happening, and it's basically it's a dance for theater kids to come and explore. We have PromaDrama racks up in the Spirit Lounge for kids who didn't bring their own attire. We have like dresses and suits and very fun fans. So, yeah.
That's amazing. And then you don't really have to worry about I've put together a whole outfit and things like that. Could you also talk about State of the Students? Because we didn't actually get to see these performances from the matinee. I know, but that's kind of like why it's nice to come in person and if you can. But we're going a little bit of virtual, but we're speaking with people about the different performances and just kind of their impressions. But could you talk about State of the Students? That was one of the first pieces that was presented today, and was that a full play, and what was your role in that?
Yeah, so it's a full play. It's a bunch of kids playing students, and we do like little skits that are all connected about racism and anti-Semitism and different experiences that students have specifically at school. And it was written by kids across the country. Rachel Atkins, who is the playwright for it, she sent out a survey asking what's something that bothers you at school, and these are the things that kids said, and so she put it together in a play, and we performed it for the next narrative monologue competition, the finals, and then here at YouthFest.
That's amazing. And if you don't know what Next Narrative Monologue competition is, it's actually a series of competitions, national competitions, locally, regionally, right? And there's 3 different levels. And then the winners of that then go to New York City, right? To be in Broadway and perform, right?
Yeah, they perform them at the Apollo Theater. Yeah.
That is amazing. What an opportunity. And I also, we're kind of doing the similar stuff here at YouthFest. Can you talk a little bit more about the activities? And I guess we visited some of those upstairs, but we're almost about to go into our evening block, and then of more performances. And then there's that amazing PromaDrama, and then there's the entire day tomorrow. Will you be here as part of that too?
Yeah, so I'm actually hosting YouthFest tomorrow. So our host today, his name is Hirsch Powers, and basically we did a bunch of monologues for the matinee performances. Why we did a string of really deep, long monologues that they wrote, which is Young Women Empowered, and then we're about to go into Don't Bother Me, I Can't Cope, which is from, I think it's Tupac. I think Tupac is where Don't Bother Me, I Can't Cope is from.
Oh wow! So I heard it was a musical, but I had no idea that it was.
No, Tupac the company, Tupac.
Oh, see, I didn't know that. So it's good to ask questions, I guess. Well, thank you for letting us know. What is that company?
That's a really good question.
I guess you
We'll
know, it's
find
nice.
out.
Yeah, right. We can all learning more and stuff here. But that's really good because like this is like a kind of a once in a lifetime type of thing. This is a showcase. This hasn't been seen before.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah, and most of these shows, it's only happening tonight. State of the Students this is our last performance together, and then we're not even doing it tomorrow. So I hope you guys saw it.
Unfortunately, our live stream audience didn't get to see the performances, but you know, maybe it will be a good, just like a little bit of a extra awareness, so that next time opportunities come up, then they'll kind of know what's going on a little bit. So, yeah, and also I was going to ask you another thing, but I forgot. Yeah, are you doing more TikTok? I mean, are you doing more Instagram takeover tomorrow?
Yeah, so I'm going all weekend.
All weekend, fantastic.
And tomorrow I'm kind of doing a similar thing. I'm interviewing people for, what their favorite part of YouthFest was and what they like about it and what we should keep and all that kind of stuff. So
That's fantastic. And is that all going to be on the Seattle Rep Instagram?
Seattle Rep Instagram.
All right, y'all. So follow the Seattle Rep Instagram. And speaking of following, how could we follow you and your future work, or anything you want to promote?
Well, I'm on TikTok and Instagram under Layla Neidlinger. So yeah, you can follow me there. I do things here. I'm Deanna Martinez's daughter, so you'll see me on her things too.
Fantastic. And actually, I think we put out a little video recently for the Instagram and just to kind of invite people to PromaDrama. And you were part of that, weren't you?
Yeah, so I filmed a TikTok with my leadership class. We made little invitations and we all customized them differently and then did some cool transitions. And at the end, it promotes PromaDrama. So yeah, it was really cool. It was fun.
I loved it. It was a little bit of a collaboration on an old meme of like passing one invitation to the next person, onto the next, and to the next and stuff. So go ahead and check that out. It's really, really a good video. And I look forward to seeing what comes from you next.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for speaking with us today.
Bye.
Bye. So that was Layla Neidlinger. So it's an interesting spelling. I think maybe like German spelling, the N-E-I, I believe. So yeah, thank you for hanging out, y'all. Thank you for being there for that. I'm so glad that we were able to capture that conversation. Yeah, I can see there's some other conversation going on there. And let's see, we have about 2 more minutes. So I really liked her. Yeah, me too. It was nice. Yeah, I think it's Neidlinger, Neidlinger. All right. Let's see if we can find. Now we have about 2 minutes before the hour. So I think I might try to find. Well, people are having different conversations, so I don't really want to interrupt them. However, I think we had a pretty good time here, folks. I think we had a good hour, 3 hours actually, of fun. I'm actually just gonna do this because this will be just a nice little ending vibe way to wrap up. So we're not actually getting any of the performance, but it kind of like the entrance into the theater. It's kind of like a nice little view. So, hey, thank you, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. Speckles, T. Anderson, Shade Dragon. If you have enough people in your chat to have a conversation or two, totally ignoring, at least temporarily, your broadcast is doing okay. Yeah, I think so, right? It's always nice to have, a fair amount of people and things going on. And some talking about like different platforms and stuff like that. So I don't think I missed too much. I really do appreciate y'all hanging out with me. I need that tiny mic. Well, it's available on, I believe, Kickerland. It's a Kickerland brand mic, and I've just stuck it on the end of a spoon. And again, I learned that from GZ Radio. Persephone, thank you for being here. Of course, of course. I really appreciate everybody's presence and chatting with me. And yeah, we can always watch this VOD later. And that's right, GZ Radio. You got it. Okay, folks, we're right at 3 o'clock. We're right at 3 hours. We're right at 3:01. So I'm gonna go ahead and close the stream out here. Thank you again, everybody, for joining me for this live stream. Just as a way to close, this has been Youth Fest at Seattle Rep Theater. Youth Fest is still going on throughout the evening, and it is also going on through tomorrow. And I also want to wish everybody a happy Pride too. Pride in the Park. It happens to be going on right now in another part of the city. And another thing that I just really found interesting about that and about the theater and everything going on is that these groups, these organizations, these programs, these community engagements, these events, these pride events, anything. These are all allowing these people to be their most truest self. They're allowing them, empowering them, educating them, allowing them opportunities to network, allowing them opportunities to learn skills that they never would have had before, exposing them, allowing them to perform on a professional stage, allowing them to work with people who have been in the industry for years. Having that intergenerational mentorship, and also sharing and networking between everyone. So thank y'all so much for being out there. It really means a lot to me to have you join me. And this was the second live stream we have ever done on the Seattle Reps channel, but it hopefully not the last. We're going to be doing some more in the future. So thank y'all. Blessings. We're going to cut the live here, and I will see you very soon. Have a great weekend, everybody. Hey, yes, thank you for all the likes. The likes definitely help. And also share the link with friends too, because and get them to like the video too, because it all helps, and people can watch this entire 3-hour-long stream as soon as I end, which is going to be right now. So blessings, everybody. Have a wonderful day. Have a wonderful rest of your weekend. Make it out to Youth Fest if you can. And if not, we'll see you on the next live stream. Blessings, y'all. Take care.